How's it going, everybody? This is Rotten Rye, and welcome to episode 24 of the Weekly Grind, where we grind for 3 hours looking for that epic piece of loot, but never seem to find it. Finally, my buddy Daryl's on time.
No, I'm not here, man.
Well, oh wait, hold on. As on time as we could possibly be here at the grind. 20 minutes late, as always.
I know you give me shit, and we're not,
We're starting up the show late.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? I've been sitting here alone for the last 20 minutes.
Pondering your feelings, which you would have if you had any.
Haven't you heard? I'm such a shitlord. We don't have feelings.
Yeah, we're the death haters, man. So that's what we do. We hate death, I guess. I don't know. Fucking Harry Potter.
The Death Eaters. That's what.
Death Eaters. Yeah, I don't know. Fucking Harry Potter. I was never got into it that hard. So.
Yeah, that's what we are apparently. I don't know the timing on this, man.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's the fucking Wiggler shit.
Okay. None of that made sense to me.
You played Super Mario Sunshine before, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing the Wiggler boss battle. the Wigger boss battle. Hey, motherfucker.
That must be interesting. I must have totally passed that part or something. Is that optional, boss?
Yeah, exactly. I'm fighting Slim Shady. Yeah. But yeah, let me pause this shit, man. Because my idea was to do kind of like a simulcast type thing. And it's
faring horribly.
Nah, it's all right. It's just distracting. I can't give the show the attention it deserves. So if anybody's watching this, and nobody is, on my end anyway, on fucking Hitbox, I'm gonna stop. All right, now back to your regularly scheduled program.
It's two guys together talking about games. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm just sending a tweet out real fast.
All right.
If I can ever get my fucking keyboard to work properly.
Yeah, so we're 20 minutes late, and you're still
fucking around with shit. Yeah.
Yeah. This is why our viewers have gone into the negative.
No, we still pull 49 views. I'm pretty sure all 49 of them are me just checking the views, but
yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, man. And me, I'm doing the same thing. Let's see. Well, there's one person watching. It's probably you, right?
I'm willing to bet, yeah. Unless they use that chat box up in the corner, that nifty little thing that says, type here for us to see your comment. Anyway, let's go ahead and get down into the episode.
Running a bit late. Bear with me. Yeah,
that was me.
Wants to get naked with you, dude. That's how you spelled it, yo.
Did I? Oh well. Things happen.
Anyway. All right.
What's up?
Take off your clothes and watch the weekly grind.
Yeah, why the fuck not? Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
So, what have you been playing this week?
Well, I was just playing Super Mario Sunshine on Hitbox. Besides that, not a whole hell of a lot. Just been working and dealing with family shit. So, haven't had a lot of time for gaming.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Besides, I sold all my consoles for hookers and crack. So,
you're not supposed to announce that.
Well, yeah, I am. That's a condition of my parole. I'm supposed to go from YouTube stream to YouTube stream telling people,
Oh, this is your, what is it, community service?
Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I am a more addicted crackhead.
Yeah, after about 40 hours, you'll no longer be doing the show. Is that right?
Yeah. But nah, I just, kind of fell on some hard times and had to sell my consoles and stuff. I'm going to hopefully get to pick up my Wii U next week. If not, I'll just hold on to the cash and
wait for the PS4.
Waste it on blow.
No, or that. I mean,
yeah. Nah, yeah. See, that's the thing. I was thinking. See, well, the thing about Nintendo's consoles is all your purchases are tied directly to the system.
Yeah.
So if I don't go, I mean, if it weren't for that fact, I wouldn't have any problem just like letting it hang out and just getting a new one later. But since they don't have a fucking account-based system, if I pick it up, I lose, good few $100s worth of crap. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get it.
Yeah. That'd be the one to pick up first, then, because of Nintendo's little deal with that.
I'm hoping, because they're doing their new, their gonna be announcing their new rewards program sometime this year, and
I imagine it'll be at E3 because that'll be when the most eyes are on them.
right. Well, I'm hoping along with that they announce fucking account system.
Something. It'd be nice, but I don't know. Like, they just haven't really caught up with everybody else and everything like that yet.
Well, I
so.
don't even think it's about that. I think it's about situations exactly like mine, where like they don't want you to sell their systems, so they tie your purchases to the system. But I mean, I lost my 3DS a while back, and I haven't bought a new one, and I'm hoping when I do, I can get my games back. Otherwise, that shit's going right back into the box into the store. Because I had a bunch of shit for my 3DS, man. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I got a few debts to pay off. A few people who lent me money, and they're sending mob enforcers after me. So I gotta I just gotta
break your kneecaps.
Nah, all kidding aside, though, before I start, I mean, I do need to get my Wii U before that thing, gets put on the shelf with some, little douchebag kid. But aside from that, like, it's going to be a little while until I can, afford my PS4 and,
Yeah.
I'll set up a jar, and every time I cuss, I'll put a fucking quarter in it.
There we go.
Yeah. That's all.
Shit.
So what have you been playing, man?
A lot of Witcher.
Yeah.
A little bit of Splatoon here and there, but mainly The Witcher.
How you liking Splatoon, yo?
Well, technically, I should probably pronounce it correctly. It's Splatoon.
It's not Spittoon. It's not a video
Splatoon.
game about the, 1800s pioneer days and shit. Whatever.
Bucket? No, it's Splatoon.
Ding.
It's pretty good. I was had one of my friends over this morning, and I was telling them about it. And I was like, yeah, there are only like real issues with it. Is like there's not a lot to it yet. Like they plan on dropping a lot more game modes and stuff later this year, but right now I think there's only total like 4 or 5 maps, and Turf War is really the only game mode.
Huh.
You could do rank battle, but all that really is just people taking the game way too serious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised?
But other than that, though, like the game's fun to just get on and fuck around with every once in a while. I was talking about it last week about how, it's really a hard game to take seriously because it's all so cartoonish and lighthearted, like colors and everything. Just it's fun,
Right.
So it's one of the things where I can't imagine somebody on the other side of the screen just freaking out because you ran them over with the controller. I can't see it.
Oh, I can imagine it. Any competitive online multiplayer game's got a 13-year-old kid telling you he fucked your mother on the other end of it. So,
Well, dude, you know what, man? Kudos, bro, because that if you can get pissed off at that game, I'm impressed. Like,
well, not so much pissed off. I would imagine that. Well, I mean, it's any online multiplayer game you have to deal with those kids. So I'm sure there's somewhere somebody, is playing a game against a kid who's, sending them little Miiverse posts about how they, graphic fucking posts about fucking their mom and shit. So,
well, no, a lot of what Miiverse posts are on there right now. Some of the funnier ones I've seen, somebody on a website took a bunch of pictures of this and they have them all lined up in a shift wheel. I can't remember what the fuck it was, swipe wheel or whatever. But one of them was I'm playing this game right now at Best Buy. My mom left me here.
Never came back.
Another one was this game is so good. I love it so much, and it's so much fun. I wish my mom and dad would stop fighting. What the fuck? That got dark really fast. Okay. Another one was the Inkling girl, and someone was spraying her with the Super Soaker hose, or the Super Soaker, and it says, "But senpai." Like, I'll give people that with the gamepad, and people can draw some pretty nifty shit on that thing, dude.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, speaking of Sunshine, of Super Mario Sunshine, as I was running around today, there was a little wall in the back corner of the level, and it's like somebody's, somebody draw on their gamepad or wrote something on their gamepad, and it'll appear back there as graffiti.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that somebody drew was the M from Super Mario Sunshine with the two little dashes above it of the M.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
sick. Do you have a screenshot we can show our audience as if this is that type of show?
Sadly, no, I didn't. It was a very in the moment kind of thing. I was trying to show somebody the game and just kind of like, hey, look, that's kind of cool. I had to explain the reference to him because he doesn't really play games that often. So,
Right. Well, either do I. I'm actually not a gamer. So I have no idea what I'm doing in the show.
I'm not a gamer either. I like to go online and bitch about games, but after never playing them, I should make friends with Anita Sarkeesian and
Macintosh.
yeah, I should make friends with them really well.
Yeah, exactly, man.
I can bitch about games like the best of them, but never play them.
We've been undercover social justice warriors the entire time.
Yeah, the whole premise of the show being the weekly grind. It's about coffee. Come on, we're hipster as fuck. Get on it.
Exactly. No, dude, I hated coffee before it was cool. So fuck y'all.
Oh fuck.
Here's
Okay.
Tipping the fedora to you, you know.
Oh god, burn that fedora.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, the other thing I've been playing like for the past 2 weeks now is The Witcher. Where if you haven't been playing that, I don't know what you're doing with your life because it's obviously not important enough.
Yeah, kill your family, kill your friends.
No, don't do that.
So you have to kill your family and friends so you have time to play The Witcher.
This advertisement brought to you by CD Projekt Red.
You're going to have about 5 hours to play before the cops show up at your door. Have fun.
It'll be the best 5 hours of your life, man.
But let's see here. That game, I'm still working on my first impressions video for it. I made the mistake of trying to record a different way because I really didn't want to. Because most new games, they come out on Tuesday. I work 50 hours a week. I don't have time to sit down during a weekday and record audio and video in one go. And I can't record audio during the night because my parents are trying to sleep, and it doesn't work out too well whenever they can fucking yell at me through the walls.
Right.
So I went a little bit different route of recording this time, where I recorded like an hour or so every night of the week, and then sat down over the weekend and tried to edit it all out. Well, if anybody who knows anything about editing, 5 hours of video takes about 10 hours to edit. And trying to add audio in over top of all that, my God. So it's one of them things where from now on, I'm definitely waiting till the weekend to even record the video because I know I'll be able to have it up by that weekend.
Right. Well, good luck, man. I'm so bad at video editing that I managed to inflate my video size from like, I don't know, it was like maybe 700 megs to like 5 gigs by adding the Super Nerdland fucking stinger intro to it. So yeah, I'm the last person. That's why I've been kind of that's why my part of fucking Retro Wars never showed up, because I just like I keep trying, and it's turned into something. I can't even explain it. Just put it out there and let you see. It's terrible.
Well, we'll just have to move on to the next episode. This is all learning experience for both of us. So
yeah, for sure.
So we talk about what we're gonna do for the next episode, about how we're gonna just give them both over to Josh and have him.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the idea. I mean, he's neck deep in site stuff right now, so I don't know how soon he'd be able to do it, but at least we could get that shit recorded.
Yeah.
Man, I got heartburn. I turned 36 and I'm fucking falling apart, man.
Well, it feels great to be 10 years younger than you. I'm going to say that.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, when I shave, I still look like I should be getting the kids right at the movie theater, so it's like a curse.
It's the best. I totally feel you. It is the best curse you could ever have, though.
Yeah, I'll be like 96, still looking like I'm 40, still hitting on young fucking 18-year-old chicks, and still
like, oh, he's so adorable.
Yeah, except I'll have reached that age where, you know, it's cute.
You're suffering from Alzheimer's in reality, so every time you say something, you say it again because you don't remember saying it the first time.
And then I'm like, are you my granddaughter? I don't know why I sound like an old Jewish woman all of a sudden. Oh, Howard! How are you doing, love? Let's go eat some gefilte fish and
Okay.
wraps.
Oh shit.
Let's go to the casino. Yeah. Oh, he's such a good boy. Oh, shit.
Whenever he was little, he said just the cutest little schmeckle.
Yeah, he had the cutest little punum. His rosy little cheeks, he was so adorable.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Oh god. So you want to start hopping into topics here or what?
Yeah. There's nothing on the list this week that really particularly interests me.
No, it's because we're a week out from E3, so I mean it is what it is. Like that's just kind of the way of things.
Yeah. We could talk about that first thing there that everybody who cares already knows about.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
So, and if you were, living under a rock this past week, and it'd have to be a pretty big rock, and you have to be pretty far underground.
Or you just don't care about
it. Even if you're already under a rock and you're already underground, then you're already set. Who needs Vault Tech whenever you got that?
Oh, I see what you did there. Oh,
yeah, Fallout 4 officially announced in-game trailer. Well, in-engine trailer, in-game. I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's the thing is what they're saying on this website, IGN, that's the website I frequent. Fuck off. Anyway, they're saying that this is officially revealed with in-game trailer. I don't know.
Nothing in that trailer looks like it's out of the realm of current PC or consoles. So
yeah, it's not necessarily impossible for it to be that. Like, it's not like
Watch Dogs.
Yeah, that is really one that I was thinking of, and I was trying to avoid it, but nope, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like I would imagine this is the PC version that they're showing in-game footage of.
I imagine so.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like it's out of the realm of possibility at all. It looks good.
Yeah, it's looking actually really good. We had a little taste of. I wanted to talk about some things about the trailer. We had a little taste of a possible voice actor this time around. Now, I talked to Scrump about this, about how there's never been a voice protagonist for these games, because he thinks more likely it's just not in the budget. And I understand that, I really do, but I wonder if this wouldn't be the first, foray for them to, give us a voice protagonist. They have multiple actors come in and record voices, and have you make your character and choose whatever voice you feel like lines up better with that character.
Right. It's set in Boston, so I'm just imagining everybody going.
Man, that's wicked. These death claws are wicked hard.
Yeah, these wicked hard. Let's go watch a Red Sox game and eat some fucking, dogs at Fenway.
That was something else somebody said was about how the difficulty levels are going to be easy, normal, and wicked hard.
Easy, normal, and wicked head. Wicked head.
And then Josh we were talking about it with Josh. Josh was like, "Oh, dude, they should do a collector's edition. Where the collector's edition is called the Wicked Hot edition."
Yeah, wicked head. Oh shit. Yeah.
So we stop bastardizing people from Boston and move on, or what?
I don't even know what it sounds like.
That's the closest. It's Ted.
I'm okay, comrade. We are from Boston. Would you like to partake in a Red Sox game and eat hot dogs at Fenway Park?
Do that really well, dude.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks, man. I can't speak the English language, but I can do shitty accents, shitty European accents. This thing, Jeez.
But what else was there with Fallout? Let's see here. Possible dog companion from the start. Possibly, you get them in the vault and you take them with you.
Dog meat.
I don't know what else is there here that they're kind of alluding to.
Well, I will mention that right now the Fallout games are on sale on Steam.
That's a great way to go back and experience them for sure. Yeah. Fallout 3 is to me. Fallout okay. This is I'm kind of torn with a couple of things here because Fallout New Vegas did a lot of things that I appreciated them doing, and I definitely like aiming down sights better than let's bring the barrel up to the center a little bit. Right. So I like the ADST. I like the fact that there's different ammo rounds and certain enemies like rad scorpions have armor plating that you have to buy, fucking armor piercing rounds and stuff to really do damage to.
Right.
So I like that. But at the same time, the story just wasn't as good for me.
Well, see, I gotta admit, I kind of missed Fallout 3 in New Vegas. Yeah, so I'm not. I mean, they're $5 on Steam right now, so I was thinking about picking one of them up. Maybe.
Personally, I'd get 3. It's just more of a complete game to me. But at the same time, though, I'd recommend it highly that if you had the option to get all the DLCs with it, do it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not sure if the DLCs are included.
Now, as far as New Vegas goes, I literally just played the base game. I never fucked around with any of the DLC for that.
Oh, never mind. Fallout 3 is not optimized for Windows 7 and later.
Oh, so it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll work, but you have to have Josh come in your computer with TeamViewer and pull some techno widget or wizardry.
Yeah, and I've got way too much pornography for that. It's just all sitting on my desktop, you know. And it's weird shit too, man, like midgets and fucking clowns. So yeah.
Hey, what's so wrong about clowns, dude?
Yeah. I don't know what. And
we get over this whole phobia of being afraid of clowns. I mean, come on, it's 2015.
Notice he, ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't say anything about the midgets. Like you're okay to be afraid of those. Midget clowns, though, like that's a gray area.
But no, you're essentially saying that you're afraid of juggalos, and that I'm against.
Well, yeah,
I understand that you don't understand them.
Why do you think I missed 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
Oh, ow, Daryl, ow.
No, see, I tried to do the show. I tried to put my fear aside, man. But every once in a while, it just gets to you, man, and you have to take a few weeks off to fucking come to terms with it. I mean, now I'm okay. I've been seeing a therapist. He's working me through it. He's shown me how magnets work, so I'm good.
You're an ass. Anyway, a couple of other possibilities.
Isn't that why I'm here? Isn't that why I'm here, Ryan?
A couple of other possibilities that are being thrown around about this one is that it's not that your character may have not been born in the vault, but may have been have just lived there since they were a kid.
Huh. Weird.
So kind of gotten to see what the world was like pre and post apocalypse. Like they may have a few sections where you maybe play a post apocalyptic kind of thing.
Yeah. And then it turns out it's not fucking Fallout. It's like the Mad Max video.
Oh, sorry. I mean pre-apocalyptic. You may have a few scenes where you play pre-apocalypse.
Yeah.
My fucking suffix is my prefix is, man. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah,
why are we talking about Harry Potter? Oh, you said prefix. Okay, yeah. Never mind.
I don't even want to know. Anyway, you had the typical tagline and everything like that.
War never changes.
I had a little running gag how we're gonna end that segment. We're using that tagline, so maybe I'll still do it. Who knows?
Yeah.
But either way, highly anticipated game. It's looking good. We are going to see more of it at E3, right?
Yep.
All right, so there's that. I imagine like there's a humor rolling around right now that we're going to get it out by this year. I don't. That seems too good to be true.
Which one? Sorry.
There's a rumor rolling around now that we're going to get it out by this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
It seems too good to be true.
Yeah.
We waited this long for a trailer. Like, come on.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to judge, but it looks like it's pretty far along.
Yeah, but if this is truly in game, who knows? Where it really sits right now.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure they'll let us know at E3. So
they're gonna have all their experimental things about how every character in the world is always doing something. Like they're not just like loading in. They always have like a job to do or something.
Right.
I'm sure that's going to be some part of their press conference. This looks like it was built within the Skyrim engine, so expect new animations, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks alright.
That was my biggest thing with this is that they use I knew they would use the new engine, but like that was my biggest thing about going back to Fallout 3 in New Vegas is you really see how far the Skyrim engine pushed the graphics and animation quality and just the world itself forward.
Mm-hmm. Sorry,
yeah.
I just came across my most anticipated game of the year. I Am Bread is coming to the PS4.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You play as
I'll have to avoid that like the plague.
you play as a piece of bread. Why would you? Why would you avoid it?
Because, man, look, okay, this is how this war goes, man. It's either Goat Wars or it's either Goat Simulator or I Am Bread. And Goat Simulator wins all the way. You know why? War never changes.
and also you can be a demon possessed goat. So
yeah, I mean that's house bread any day.
Yeah. Well, you can become toast though, so don't write it off completely. Oh man,
fucking he turns into toast. This is even my final form.
Yeah. And then fucking next scene, it's like 30 episodes of him as toast, and then the next scene, it's like fucking he's got bread or butter, butter and marmalade or something.
All right, so you want to talk about Steam's? Let's
I am toast.
Let's go ahead and talk about Steam because we just brought them up with that last one. So
yeah. Steam introduces refund system.
About damn time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm not trying to slam Valve or anything, but realistically, this is something that people have been asking about for Steam's existence.
Well, it's cool, man, because, like, I mean, how many times, especially considering all the bullshit that's on there, how many times have you been burned by a purchase, you know, and then...
Well, not just that, but especially in recent years with, like, Watch Dogs and Unity and stuff like that. Or even then, like, imagine Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Games that just flat out didn't work for PC.
Right.
Like that, I'm sorry, but whenever you're offering...
It wasn't my computer, it was just that the game was badly coded. Huh.
Yeah.
Good to know.
You know, you should definitely check out this YouTuber. His name is what was it? Starts with a T.
Yeah, his name was Fuck.
His name was starts with a T, ends with a T. British accent. Top hat is his logo. Oh, Total Biscuit. Yeah, check him out.
Oh, I thought you meant Tit. That guy's cool too.
I'm curious now. Hold on.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as Steam refunds go, it's great to see them finally hopping on that. I mean, it's something that it doesn't exist. But it's good to see them finally giving their consumers that choice. To apply for a refund, you must submit a request within 2 weeks of your purchase and have less than 2 hours of playtime registered after that game.
Right. Yeah.
That's kind of...
Well,
that's almost like instant consumer regret is what that feels like to me.
Yeah.
The 2 hours of game time, like the 2 weeks I'm for, but the 2 hours of game time, like, don't get me wrong, it's awesome that they're doing it to begin with. I'll give them that. Cool. But I feel like it shouldn't be just locked to 2 hours of game time. That should just be like, I get you could like in 2 weeks you could beat a game. I understand that.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, dude, that just doesn't sit well with me.
Well, see, that's discouraging. I think maybe 4 or 5 hours would be a little bit more reasonable because there's times where you play a game and you're trying to give it a chance, you know, and you're thinking, well, maybe it'll get a little bit better after this first couple hours.
And most of the time, they do say that the first 2 hours are what really are going to hook you. So if you're going to get hooked, it's going to be within the first 2 hours of game.
That's true.
I'll say that's kind of like the anticipation point, where if you're going to get grabbed by a game, it'll be within the first 2 hours.
Right.
So I'll give them that.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know. 2 hours still just doesn't seem like enough. Like I'm with you on the 5, honestly.
Yeah. Well, you know, but that's the thing. I mean, if you're looking for a refund, you're generally going to probably know that you want it within those first couple hours. I mean, if I would have known that, I mean, maybe I'm going to see if I can, because I bought this little game called Forward to the Sky. It's not a terrible game, but I paid $8 for what amounts to maybe $2 worth of content. And
that was an early access, or
no, it was the entire game.
Oh.
And you know, and at first I was kind of reluctant to do that because it's a little indie game and I kind of want to support them. But at the same time, I mean, you know, it's a game where the graphics are pleasant, but everything about the game that makes it a game is just kind of iffy and weird, you know, in the sense, you know, I mean, none of it is offensively bad, but it's not great either. So,
yeah.
You know, And I mean, I did a video for it for Super Nerdland, gave it a bit of like a first impression coverage, and I figure, I don't know. I might not do it anyway, just because I've had it for a little while, and I don't know if older games are qualified anyway. But if
it says 2 weeks, so I think it might be just going forward kind of thing.
Right, because but if there was a game I would be inclined to get a refund on myself, it would be that one, just because it's more substance than or more style than substance, and I mean, it's a very short game. You can beat it in maybe like 45 minutes at most.
For me, my go-to refund would be Just Cause 2.
Really?
Not because I didn't enjoy it. It just won't work on my PC for that reason.
Right. You never did get the multiplayer mod working, did you?
Nope.
Damn, it's fun, man. I'd sit on one side of the map and snipe Josh and his ex. They'd be doing stuff and wondering why they got capped in the head. It was awesome.
Other than that, it's good that they're finally offering it. I wish it would be a little more playtime.
Yeah.
But, you can't get what you always wish for, I guess.
Right. I mean, it is a good step forward that they're doing it, because, I mean, and especially in those cases, like, let's use Resident Evil Revelations 2, for example. Yeah. Like, gamers were expecting local co-op and certain modes.
Yeah, that wasn't dropped till that day.
Right.
That they weren't.
Exactly. They didn't let them know until the game actually hit the store that what they had pre-ordered or what they thought they were pre-ordering wasn't what they were getting. So in that case, it would have been nice for folks to be able to get their cash back without having to, pull teeth.
Yeah, because that's what happened too. Is they had to go through their whole convoluted system to just get it pulled, and it wasn't. Mm-hmm. Like, why make them go through that hassle to begin with?
Right.
So yeah, I like the fact that they are doing a refund program now. That's awesome. I just wish that the play time was a little more than 2 hours.
Right.
It does say in case of bundles and combined play time for all games included, must still be under 2 hours. Ow.
Well, I mean, I figure if the base game is shit, you're probably not going to move on to the additional content and extra modes and shit.
Yeah, true.
So,
So it makes me wonder about, like, I know if you get like the Humble Bundle stuff, does that all count as a bundle, or how does that work?
Well, your purchase in that case is usually made through a different storefront. You're just activating the games on Steam.
Oh, okay.
So in that case,
you say that they can give you the refund through refunds can only be given for games bought on the Steam client.
Right.
This means Valve cannot refund either Steam Wallet or Steam Keys.
Right. So in that case, any game you bought on Humble Bundle would just be yours forever. So
yeah, like they're pretty much covering their ass there, because they know a lot of third-party websites are used to purchase keys.
Right.
And they don't want somebody to buy a key, or even then just come across the free key and then turn around and try and get a refund for it.
Right. Yeah, it would be rife with abuse potential if they didn't kind of put that little rider in there, because otherwise, like you said, you could go find a key for, like, let's say a game's on Steam for $49.59 or whatever, and then you go and buy a fucking key on some Russian website for half that, and and then you're asking for a refund for the full amount. Yeah, that's ripe for abuse. So
yeah,
that's definitely kind of. I mean, it's smart. They're covering their ass. So
yeah, I don't expect Valve to release something like this and then not be attempting to cover their ass in some way. So.
And considering that their policy used to be, oh, you bought a game, you're fucked.
Yeah, I mean, like, kind of, like, as much as this is kind of at the moment,
right.
Take it for a good thing for now, and
well,
hopefully they tweak it. I'm just, it's definitely a good thing for now. I'm just saying, hopefully they tweak it and change the time constraints a little bit.
I'm sure they will as time goes on. I'm sure it's kind of a work in progress thing, but I think one potential benefit is, like, people like me, I'm reluctant to buy games because I have a slightly older computer. It can run a lot of modern stuff and run it well, but we're starting to get towards a period where games are being made for configurations way above my computers. So I just like one thing that's always kind of turned me off to buying PC games as much as I would like to is just not knowing if they're going to run on my configuration, So
Yeah.
this would allow people to, go ahead and, I mean, if there's a demo available, you can always do that. But if not, this allows you to kind of, take a chance on a game, a little more readily than you could, on the console side where you can just walk into a store and buy a used copy. And if you don't like it, take that shit back,
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of cool. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. I mean, it's a positive step forward, a good positive first step anyway, because, like I said, their old policy was just like basically fuck you.
Yeah. Once you bought it, you're screwed. That's it. You own it.
Right. So,
So all you people out there with Gary's incident, sorry.
Good luck with that. Yeah. So what else? What else?
Although I'm going to say about Gary's incident and possibly Aliens, Colonial Marines, as well as Duke Nukem Forever, a lot of you guys bought that just out of morbid curiosity anyway. So
right. Yeah, you get what you pay for. I mean, you can buy a copy of Duke Nukem Forever on the console for like $1.99 at any used game store.
Yeah.
So
it's really one of them games that you only play out of morbid curiosity. Like, everyone said this game was really shit. I wonder how shit it was. And then you play it and you go, oh, wow, it's really shit.
Well, the sad thing is for $1.99, Duke Nukem Forever is not entirely that shit. I mean, it's bad.
No.
It's still a bad game, but you can get some chuckles out of it for a couple bucks.
Yeah, for a couple bucks, yeah, it is worth some chuckles. But
I do feel bad for the
things
folks who spent $60.
Yeah, for especially the Balls of Steel edition. Can you imagine that?
Oh shit! Did anybody actually buy that, man?
I have no idea, but if anybody did, man, I feel bad for you.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, right. They must have balls of steel to have bought that.
Yeah. Now at the same time, it's like Duke Nukem. We'll tarp on that for a second.
Sure.
Like, that was a game that was in production for what, 15 years? Something like that.
12, 13. Yeah, I don't know. A long time.
Yeah. And before it even released, Gearbox was playing jokes about how, we're so happy it's going to come out, and then the guy walks over and slaps a thing that says, June 1st or whatever. Like, they delayed it another month.
Right.
They made a joke about it. And it's like, now that joke would have not been as bad had the game been really good.
Right.
But whenever it came out, it wasn't what anybody wanted.
Right. Well, considering its troubled fucking development history, I mean, there were entire engines scrapped, versions just fucking tossed out and shit and redone from scratch again and again.
It's one of the things where, though, Randy Pitchford had come from 3D Realms. You'd think
Yeah.
he would have given that the true 3D Realms treatment and been like, no, we got to stick true to what Duke is.
Right. Well,
Fuck the whole modern FPS idea about only carrying 2 weapons. Fuck the power armor idea of the ego meter. Let's, really stick true to what Duke is. And I think the game really would have shined had it been given, like, health packs and an unlimited weapon system where you could hang on to every weapon you ever picked up.
right.
Because the shrink ray, you use that, and the shrink ray and the freeze ray, you would use both of them for all but 3 seconds. And then it was like, all right, this is useless to me. I need an explosive weapon so I can kill a boss.
Right. It just all around was mediocre game, and I don't think anybody had been following it for a long time really expecting any different. But like you said, it was one of those games that kind of sold off of more morbid curiosity, or just folks who are really, really fucking into Duke and just had that foolishly naive optimism.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Wayne's here.
Oh, Wayne.
I've been here for like 10 minutes. I just
Oh.
wanted to let you keep talking.
And it's funny because I keep checking into the chat here to see if anybody's showing up, because I'm about to fucking hang myself from my ceiling fan here, and and I didn't see you. Well, welcome to the show, sir.
Hello.
Hey, man. How's it going?
It's going.
What are you playing this week?
I've been playing some of the Grand Theft Auto online.
Yeah.
Repeatedly.
Playing on PC or?
Yeah, PC. Mm-hmm.
You in
yeah.
socks?
Yeah, I've been repeatedly punching socks in the face for whatever reason. Every time, I don't know what it is. Every time I get into a car with her, she's driving, I punch her in the face, and
You guys started with Heist already live, right?
mm-hmm. But we're not. Well, I'm not high enough to do heist yet, so I'm still.
See, I
Well,
would so.
smoke that spliff, sir, and then you'll be high enough to do a heist.
Oh man, I would so get that fucking game again for PC if I knew my fucking laptop could handle it. But who knows? Maybe in September whenever I build my computer finally.
Right.
I think you could run. I mean, you could. I think you could run.
I'm sure I could run it, but it'd be low settings, and that's not worth it.
Yeah.
I'm running at about. I'm pretty. I wouldn't say ultra, but pretty high settings. So.
Right.
Come on, let's be honest. I had to run WoW on low settings.
And you're still waiting. You're still running it on the same computer you ran those tests on, right? The ones that said you could barely do it.
Yeah, and it's running fine, honestly.
Yeah, it's not too demanding actually. It
I mean, right now, if I had to make a comparison, it probably looks like 360 PS3.
Okay.
So it's not PS4 or.
You
Xbox
guys,
One.
I don't know. I still think I'm gonna hang on until September because I'm really gonna drop some money, finally commit, and build myself a PC. So.
Oh, this is gonna go well.
A friend of mine is like he's selling a. Apparently he's getting rid of his GTX 980 for $400, and I'm thinking,
Yeah, you're thinking about it, huh?
But then again, I kind of want to wait for Windows 10 to drop and
Right.
see how
what changes that do. Yeah. I don't know. Whenever I transition over and finally build my shit, do you guys think you're still gonna be playing around then?
I'm sure we will. I mean, we set up a gang,
All right.
Nice.
everything. So we're hell, I think we're super mecha neat.
Well, maybe I'll hop on and join you guys.
Oh, that's cool.
Join us. Join us.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to be very effective with Sox's accent, but who knows?
I mean, the worst thing that happens is you punch her in the face when you get in her car. That's honestly, that's
That's it, huh?
like we had figured it out because it's got a setting where you can allow anybody into your car,
Yeah.
and we both turned that on. I was like, okay, we're good to go. Something messed up and I had to rejoin her game, and when I came back, I'd get in the car and punch her in the face and throw her out. And then she got me back. Like I finally found a nice red Mack truck, Peterbilt truck to drive around in, and she threw a bomb on it. Thought we were just going to separate the trailer from the truck, and she blew up the truck with me in it. It was tremendous.
That's the little return of the favor there.
Yeah.
So you guys enjoying
me
it though?
punching her and her killing me. That's
Yeah. I mean, it definitely works.
Proportionate response.
Yeah. This will be the first time I ever white knight. Yeah, Sox deserves to kill you for you punching her in the mouth. Yes.
I didn't. Her face got in the way of my fist. That's.
Yeah. You know what? No. Did you hold on? Did you apologize to Senpai?
Always. Every time I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's like, you shouldn't have talked back, though. I mean, come on, you know that upsets me, baby. But I don't mean it. I really don't mean it.
Now, see, you're not doing it right. You gotta stay with that accent, or else it just does falls on flat ears, dude. I'm tired. I'm sorry, but.
Yeah.
Oh boy. You guys enjoying it though? Having fun?
Yeah, it's fun. It's
Oh yeah, you're welcome. I proudly beta tested the fuck out of that game for you. You were so welcome.
across two console generations.
Oh no, yeah, across 2 generations. There you go. I was about to say. I thought you were about to say it took across 2 consoles. I was like, you can go fuck yourself.
No, 2 console generations. Yeah.
Yes.
So you had it for. I know you had it for 360, and you got it for 1 also.
360, 1, and PS3 or PS4. Sorry.
Okay, so you beta tested it 3 times.
Yes, probably.
Yeah, he got it. So we could play some online.
We played it once.
Yeah, we played it once, and then I sold my PS4 like a month later. Yeah, I'm a bastard. Did you buy the digital version, Rye?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're stuck with it.
It's fine though. Like I don't mind. I'm probably gonna transfer my 360 character over to the Xbox One, so that'll be there. But yeah, I wish the servers were conjoined so I could just transfer my character whenever I wanted.
Right.
It's a level fucking 100 character. Like, come on, I really don't want to lose him and just transfer him to one spot and have to keep him there.
Level 100. So in our if you could transfer it to PC, I don't think you can, but if you could, you would automatically be John Cena in our gang.
So what? Totally useless and overrated.
Well, I made the rankings. Like, okay, honestly, all the rankings are rim job related, except for the highest ranking, which is when you achieve the highest ranking, you are John Cena. Basically, you've reached the pinnacle of your career. You kick out at 2, and nobody really likes you. That's
Yeah, I got like I have millions of dollars, the best apartment you could buy. Because I did all this shit before they like put all kinds of patches in the game, so you
Mhm.
could run rooftop rumble, and just
Mhm.
literally all you had to do was climb up under a stack of bushes with a rocket launcher, shoot a rocket launcher in, mission complete. Here's $40,000, and you run that for hours, and you're good.
Mhm. The only thing I don't like with PC version, see the PC version, I don't know how it is with the console versions, but the PC version, like through Steam at least, well, it's probably through even if you got it gives you an option to either boot up single player or just boot directly to GTA
Yeah,
Online.
it's the same with consoles. Yes.
But the thing is, which is stupid, is that if you just boot straight to GTA Online, you can't create a private session.
Yeah, it just throws
And
you in.
yeah, you have to you basically have to go into single player, go to online, and then create a private session.
Yep.
Which is what I prefer to do because I'd rather just run around and
And
fuck
not
off.
get killed by random people.
Yeah. I gotta tell you this story. This is funny. I got me, of course I'm gonna gravitate to the Mack trucks because, well,
Redneck. Anyway.
no, it ain't got nothing to do with redneck. It's got to do with my avatar. And
Oh, ha, 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 ha. I get it.
so
Yeah,
I stole a
Optimus is
log
redneck.
truck.
So
I
wait, hold
stole
on.
a log truck.
Wait.
Hmm?
Just because I know you tried, did you try to upgrade or like take it to the customs?
You can't do it.
You can't.
It actually says
That's a
you cannot
bitch.
mod that.
That's a bitch, man.
I was
I
so
was pulling for you there too. I was really hoping you could, because I know you would have painted that bitch purple or purple and green. I know you would have too. You've been like, "Yep, this is happening."
No, so basically from what because I stole on single player I stole a police car and put it in my garage because
Yeah,
why not?
because fuck, police car. Why not? Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
And I found out I stole a taco truck and I put that in.
Tacos.
No, I put that in the garage, right? The only problem is it's so big I couldn't open my garage anymore. This is single player, not multi. This is single player.
Right.
But yeah, I put it in the garage and it went in, but I couldn't. I had to go inside the house and then get in the car inside from there, and then drive forward a little bit so the door would open and drive out.
Is a single player something you're gonna restart at some time, or are you just gonna play through it once?
I might do I might do a couple playthroughs because I don't know how it works. I know because I just got my copy back of Red Dead Redemption from a friend of mine who had it for a year, and I know you can you can be do-gooder or outlaw kind of thing, and yeah.
Because I know you're gonna want a good payout at the end of the game,
Mhm.
as far as money's concerned. Now the way to do this is the assassination missions that Lester gives you.
Mhm.
Save those for after you do your final heist. You have to do one to progress the story, but after that one's done, do not touch those assassination missions until you are done with your final heist.
Okay.
Once you're done with the final heist and you have all your money on all three characters, you're gonna I'll send you the link later. It's it'll tell you where the stock markets are gonna dip, where they're gonna increase, and stuff like that. Whenever you do these assassination missions, and you can triple your money.
Ah.
So like one of the things where like a golf course costs like something like $100 million or some shit. You're never gonna be able to afford that if you just use the basic in-game money that they give you. So you kind of have to know that these assassination missions are going to boost and fuck with the stock market.
Yeah. Oh, and I don't know if anybody's really interested in this, but we have our first Triple Crown winner in over 37 years.
What's that?
Horse racing.
Oh, okay. Not interested.
I'm just saying, it's pretty historical. It hadn't happened in 37 years, So.
I'm a little closer interested in the fact that the Cavs are in the finals again.
Yeah, well.
We lost one game to the Warriors already, so it's not looking good.
They'll lose because it's the Cavs. It's a Cleveland team. There's no hope.
No, that's just the Browns. Come on, give us a little bit of credit.
Abandon all hope. It's a Cleveland team. Abandon all
fuck
hope.
off, all right? You're saying we're a bunch of letdowns, okay? Like, come on.
Well, I'm not the fucking city that thought Johnny Manziel was going to be the savior. So.
Well, I got a little bit of faith in the sense that we got Kyrie Irving and LeBron. And
yeah, but they got Seth
game,
Curry and Harrison Barnes and so.
Yeah, like they were shutting LeBron down last game, but it was one of the things where like, all right, just give Kyrie the ball. Like if LeBron's not gonna be able to do it, just give Kyrie the ball.
Mm-hmm. Well, we shall see.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be.
they only won by I think 9 points. I think it was what
It'll probably go to a game 7. In all honesty,
a lot of people are talking about that already. Let me see real fast because I know this isn't the typical nerd talk, and I do apologize for that.
mm-hmm.
But I believe the final score was 109 to 100.
Mm-hmm.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, I believe you're right. Yeah.
Game one score. Get the fuck out of here. No thanks. Go to article. Okay.
Daryl's like, this is fascinating.
It was like basketball. What now?
What? Sorry, fell asleep.
I would. I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I'm ashamed of what I started.
Fuck, I can't find it. Yeah, I think it was 109 to 100. But yeah, that wasn't that. It's not that bad of a loss. It was remotely a close game. It wasn't a blowout at all. A lot of people are like, it's kind of torn on what's going on social media right now. A lot of people are saying it's going to be a total 4-game blowout. Other people are saying that it's going to go to a game 7. Who really knows?
Right.
Yeah. No, I was just looking at this. There was on IGN. There was a rumor that Nintendo's next system could be powered by Android, and there's like 5 articles fucking talking about it. And then like the most recent one is like, Nintendo denies that their next system will be Android based. I'm like,
I didn't even bother to put that in because it was like, yeah, that's stupid. That's not going to happen. All right, so Wayne, before we move on to topics, we talked about Fallout 4, and the fact, and like we're talking a little bit about how the trailer is supposedly in-game. At least IGN labels it as in-game footage, or in-game trailer or whatever. Now, it kind of alludes to a couple of things here. Possibly having a voice to the main protagonist, which is a first for Bethesda RPG. Now, whether that means, multiple voice actors recorded all those lines. Scrump Monkey on Twitter and a part of Super Nerdland, he believes, and I'm kind of inclined to agree with him in a sense, that that's kind of not in their budget to have that many voice actors record that many lines, and then let you go in and choose, what voice aligns with what character your character looks like.
Well, Saints Row did that.
Yeah.
Saints Row, but Saints Row didn't have multiple dialogue options.
Well, no, but it did have,
I mean, they
like
literally had an
dozens of
option called
voices.
Nolan North. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's like.
That's what I went with, predictably enough.
Well, honestly, I'm going to say I think we were, when we talk about budgeting voice acting, I think we can assume that like the Old Republic, Star Wars: The Old Republic, kind of over budgeted.
Yeah.
Because they said I'm gonna, just to throw this out there to all you people who are listening in the audience. When the number one selling feature of an MMO says we have entirely voice acted dialogue, stay the fuck away, because everything else is not going to be good.
Yeah, that's where all their money went, was with the voice actors. Now, I will say that the protagonist's voice and the narrator's voice, whatever, in the trailer, sounded a lot like Troy Baker.
You talking about
Troy and everything Baker.
No, I mean, are you talking about Fallout?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we know who did
The
more
Last of
changes.
Us.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, but that was the same guy who always does it.
I mean, yeah.
Talking about the narrator,
Ron
for the
Perlman?
protagonist.
Yeah.
Ron about the
Ron the Beef, Bellboy Perlman.
I was talking about the protagonist as the guy who the dog walks up to and licks your hand. That guy. That sounded a lot like Troy Baker.
Okay. Yeah. I could. It probably was. I mean.
Did Troy Baker do Batman in Origins?
No, he did Joker. He did Joker.
He did the Joker. Then who did Batman? It wasn't Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, it wasn't Kevin. It was someone else. I can't remember.
Someone not Kevin Conroy. Thus, we were all disappointed.
Right.
No, actually, he didn't do that bad of a job. Everything else in the game was kind of fell flat though.
Like the guy. Okay.
The biggest issue with me for Arkham Origins, and dude, we're harping about games, not talking about topics. Anyway.
We are talking about games though.
Yeah, we are. So we're still talking for the podcast. But for Arkham Origins, the biggest thing that really fucked with me was the gameplay itself. It was just not is fun. Like they threw the Deathstroke fight right at you from the beginning. Something that they kind of built up in trailers as being this is going to be the guy that you fight that's really going to test all of your skills, and they throw him at you as the first boss fight.
Mm-hmm. It's like,
and it was a bad boss fight too. It was just a badly designed boss fight.
I'll put it this way: if Arkham Origins,
you just turned into the critic.
Yeah, right.
Arkham
Origins like drops on Steam at like $5.
Yeah,
I'll pick it up because just to play it.
Yeah.
It's not something I'll pay. I would never have paid $60 for it because I could look. It's pretty bad when you. I'm not calling it a turd, but it's more of a. It's kind of like the warmed over meal. Like this is leftovers. Yeah, I guess would be the best way to say it. It's like,
and you can tell that's the kind of the case even to Rocksteady because as far as the Arkham trilogy is concerned, that's not a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, this was a Warner Brothers project. This was Warner Brothers saying we're using the assets that Rocksteady made and making another game to fill in the time between this and Arkham Knight.
Right. Yeah, because they do Arkham Knight, which is going to take a lot longer. It's a lot more ambitious of a title.
And it was going to be a next-gen title, and the consoles hadn't even launched at that point, so.
But Rocksteady was one of the first development teams that were given a fucking dev kit. Like, let's be honest here.
Oh yeah, I know they were. I mean, it's no doubt. But there was remember all the rumors that were going around before that they were talking about there was going to be a Silver Age based game and things like that and.
Yeah.
Right. And they were talking about like a Justice League kind of spin-off thing from it.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't mind a Silver Age-based game because I would make a Silver Age-based Justice League game and have every Super Dickery reference in there as possible.
Right.
Just like Superman being a total dick.
I think that it's one of the things where Rocksteady said this is going to be the last Batman game, right? Have they said this is going to be the last superhero game?
I know.
This is the last Batman game, right?
Yeah, they're just saying. I think the best. When you say last Batman game, so you could say probably the last Batman focused game.
Yeah. See, I think that because one of the things where they haven't hinted at Justice League existing in this universe, but I think that if anybody's gonna do it, they could be the ones to make a good Superman game.
I think they could. It all depends. And see, here's the big thing. The problem that's all they say it always plagued Superman games. He's too powerful to make a game about. That's to make a believable game.
It's one of the things where you always feel overpowered and just too much of a badass.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have to counteract that with the fact that it's like, yeah, because when you make your game, you always have him fighting hoods.
Yeah.
And like 2-bit crime bosses and shit like that, or Lex Luthor. Like he's got more villains than Lex Luthor. I would just have it straight up, be fucking. Go balls to the wall, Legion of Doom. Superman is the only one there. Everybody's coming after him at once. Kind of thing. Just like you got Doomsday, you got all of just do it. Bring the hammer. I want this to be like to the point where he could. This is like oh shit, he could actually get killed in this.
Right. Well, they've brought Superman kind of down to that level in the comics recently. Where
I don't want to talk about that bullshit. That's
where he has. Well, I'm saying they've made him a more interesting character in the sense that he's vulnerable now.
They made him a more interesting character by copping out.
Well, yeah, and he's a weird version. I mean, everything about New 52 was weird and crappy and fucky. And
I looked at this and I said, I saw what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I kept seeing, the image of Superman all glowy and
Hold
stuff.
On.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Daryl, you just said everything about New 52 is bad. I'm sorry, but Harley having her own comics and her new outfit is not bad.
Outfit and art is one thing. Story is quite another.
Yeah.
So,
but not everything. That's what I'm harping on. Is the word everything.
Well, when we say New 52, we're talking purely about story.
Right.
I mean, there's there was shit from the 90s that was absolutely horrible storyline-wise, but the art was great.
Right. Like most of the X-Men run in the 90s.
Yeah, of course, most of that was Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane and people like that. So it was like, well, of course, the art was great. But the bad thing about the stuff in the 90s is we just assume now that everybody was screaming at each other.
Right.
You were posing and screaming.
Yep.
And apparently Cyclops was just ripped out of his mind in the 90s. Remember, he looked like fucking who am I trying to equate? He looked like fucking Lex Luger, not Luthor, Luger.
Yeah.
From WCW. He just looked ripped out of his gourd, but he wore an eye patch. Not eye patch, but
Are you talking about the Cyclops that appeared in the animated series?
Yes, that one. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. He was like ridiculously fucking bulky. Like why?
Yeah, just ripped out of his gourd. And you just imagine, see, in the show it was better because you had some voice actors who could do tone, right?
Yeah.
But in the comics it was like everything was like in static. So it's just like Logan, what, Scott? We want to go get a beer? Okay.
And then add in Chris Claremont's writing. Oh, what the fuck?
You gotta march the band, just march through your house. Like, oh hey guys.
Well,
Um,
that's not too off the mark because today's birthday day, so there's like a lot of out of towners fucking and floats and shit. Like the main street's all closed down, and so
now,
that's why I'm hiding in my house. I'm like, fuck that shit.
Wayne, the X-Men Evolution cartoon opposed to the '90s cartoon of X-Men, Cyclops.
See,
Which one do you prefer?
I'll be honest with you. I liked X-Men Evolution. It was a different take.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't mind a different take when they say straight up like this is a different take.
Yeah.
Right.
And
There
that's
were
what I
a couple
like.
parts in that I really fucking liked. Whenever Cyclops is fighting the Juggernaut on the dam, and Juggernaut's talking shit about how that feels good, and then fucking Scott just rips the fucking visor off and just gives him the full fucking blast. Like that was great.
The only thing is, like, I'm glad in that universe they, equated that Juggernaut is a mutant. He is not, empowered by Sidorak and stuff. Because in the comic books, like, Cyclops did that to Juggernaut, Juggernaut laughed at him.
Mm-hmm.
What, full no visor blast?
Full visor blast. Even, like, the descriptors, of course, descriptors are always just that, But they basically said, like, this is, basically that this could possibly, this blast could possibly, cut a planet in two. And Juggernaut's just sitting there laughing at it.
So he literally is unstoppable then, which would make him retarded.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's one of the Juggernaut has always been a hurdle more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't brute force, beat him up. Like, I'll give you another example. He was taking on Thor one time, right? And Thor hit him with the full power of the Odin Force. Now, let me describe the Odin Force to you. The Odin Force made Galactus, jiggy up and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Galactus said, nope, I'm not
gonna do it.
And he did that to Thor hit Juggernaut with that, and Juggernaut was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, pretty much. See, Juggernaut, like the pole thing is like, he is unstoppable. The key is to essentially take him out of the fight.
Never let him get momentum.
Right, never let him get momentum and take him out of the fight. Like, most of the time when he got defeated, it was like somebody teleported him onto an asteroid or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like...
Oh, man. Yeah, I was going to say, have you read any of the Secret Wars stuff lately?
I've read that as of issue 3, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've read it, though.
Yeah, I have.
That as of issue 3 that Doom has showed his face, he's still scarred.
Right.
And, like, what's funny is, like, they said that's, like, I read an article about that, and they basically said it's, like, always been his one failing. Anytime he gets, like, ultimate power, he still can't heal his face.
Right.
And it's kind of weird because they said he's, like, one of the write-ups I read about it, he said he's, like, not a dick.
No, he really kind of isn't. I mean...
Yeah.
Well, he's still Doom, and he's still got that arrogance and shit to him, but, he basically saved, the universe.
Yeah.
And Battle World is a result of... That's why they call him a god and everything, because he was the one who kind of took the remnants of the multiverse and created Battle World, from it and shit.
And apparently, Miles knows what happened.
Well, Miles, Peter Parker, and... What the fuck?
Turn your ringtone or whatever the fuck that is off.
That's not a ringtone. I have no fucking idea what it is. Like, it's still going. What is... What the fuck? Alright, I'm gonna mute myself for a second while I figure out...
I don't know, I think the music's kind of catchy.
A couple of other things we had harped on a little bit. was the possibility of the fact that the dog in the trailer.
It's IGN, you
Fallout.
asshole.
Oh shit!
IGN speculated on this, and y'all talked about it.
But we were talking about the possibility of the dog being with you in the vault.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Like it kind of makes sense with the way that they're alluding to make maybe because your guy's already in the vault suit. It seems kind of early for him to already have dog meat.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe the dog's with you as a companion in the vault itself.
It's a good possibility.
And another thing that was going on was people were wondering if if the main protagonist was born in the vault, like your Fallout 3 character, or if he was just, like as a kid raised there. So you got a couple little pre-apocalypse storyline things to go and play.
The implication of the trailer kind of suggests that he was already alive. He might have been a babby. He might have been a little babby and stuff, but that's the implication. It looks like to me, if I'm just taking I'm shot in dark guess here, that you saw the image where they're all standing on top of the vault.
Yeah.
And then the bomb goes off.
Yeah.
So it kind of tells me that like they were in transit as the bomb went off.
Yeah.
So
like the game, it definitely seems like it's gonna give you a little bit of maybe a couple pre-apocalyptic story arcs, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Somebody
set them up the bomb.
We get signal.
Yeah.
We were talking about possible difficulties for it because it's set in Boston, so we're wondering if the difficulty system isn't going to be easy, normal, and wicked hard.
Wicked had. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of everything as far as that goes. As far as the Steam refund system goes, we talked about how the system as it's set right now is you can't have owned the game for more than 2 weeks and put more than 2 hours of gameplay on it.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, now they do say that 2 hours.
You might want to check. They have recently updated that. The 2 week thing is a little more loose.
Okay.
Because I got reports from some people on Twitter that they asked for a refund for Titan Souls and they had bought it when it came out.
Wow.
And they got their refund. So
okay. Now.
Well, then there you go. I might have to.
The 2 hour thing. Daryl and I both feel like that should be. That should be 5, personally. I understand a lot of games can be beaten within that time.
Well, as we were talking about it, though, it occurred to me, though, that, if you don't know a game sucks in the first couple hours and that you're going to want your money back, then you're probably never going to,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Because, in my opinion, having played, fucking hundreds of games over the years, if I'm not hooked immediately, then I move on.
Yeah.
So, I kind of figure, that because at first I was thinking that's a little short, but honestly, how many of us play games that we absolutely hate for more than fucking maybe an hour at most,
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing a game and it's making you miserable and you want to go fucking punt babies into traffic because of it, you're gonna ask for your refund immediately. So
no, what was it? Now there's this theory going around that within 2 hours if the game doesn't hook you, then it's not going to. So that's kind of where that 2 hour benchmark comes from, I think.
Yeah. Could be. I don't think that's so unreasonable, but giving you a little bit more time to, like me, I work I'm going to be doing 11 to 8:30 next week, and so if I were to buy a game, and I just that wouldn't be a priority. Getting a refund on that wouldn't be a priority. So I think extending that time frame a little bit is a good thing, but because people have lives, they have shit to do, yeah. They might just end up, fucking something might happen and they're just not able to get that, get that refund process initiated when they'd like to. So that part of it, because I think that as long as you have that time, that you're under the limit on the time, then it makes it clear that you're not just trying to get a refund back for something you played for a very long time, and you're not being a fucking one of those douches who fucking goes to GameStop, buys a game used, plays it in its entirety in a few days, and takes it back, for a full refund.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had quite a few people when I worked at GameStop that thought we were a rental service or something.
Oh yeah, and we did too. And I still worked there just prior to them, doing away with the. That was back when you can buy a new game, go take it home, play it, and bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we had a lot of that shit.
Yeah, it was within like what 30 days if you returned it.
Yeah, it was a 30-day return.
Yeah.
Used.
Right. Yeah, so you could quite easily sit there and play through the entire thing several times and fucking take it back.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I think the time limit kind of gets rid of that scenario, because I mean, if you've you might have had it for a month, but if you only put 2 hours into it, chances are good that your refund request is legit rather than just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think the one really cool thing, and I mentioned this to Ryan, is that this kind of it makes taking chances on PC games a little easier.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a console where when you put that game in there, I say it's going to work, but that's not that's assuming that it doesn't need extensive day one patches and shit. But I mean, generally speaking, it's going to work on your hardware. But with PC, I'm reluctant to buy games because I don't know if it's going to work on my configuration, And now with this, I'm more willing to take chances on PC games because if it doesn't work on my rig, I can request that refund,
Yeah, exactly. Which is, like I said, and the only people bitching about it are those pseudo devs that, I made a 30-second game and this is ruining me. Like,
well, the funny thing is, isn't that dev in particular somebody who's never charged for their games?
No, they made it. They charged for the game, but it was 30 seconds.
Oh.
It literally could be beaten in 30 seconds. I'm like.
But didn't the same developer have a couple of other games up on Steam that were free?
Maybe. I don't know.
I know there was a case of one developer in particular who doesn't even charge for her games, who was whining about it, and it's like, well, you don't make money anyway, so like.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Do I even got to ask the name of this dev?
I can't even recall, dude. It was so insignificant.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody mentioned it on Kotaku in Action a week or so ago, whenever this movie was released. This week, right? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, but anyway, they mentioned this developer, and I could swear it's the same one who made that 30-second game, though. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if your game's 30 seconds long, then make.
I wonder how many times Gone Home got returned.
Right.
I don't know. I feel it in my.
If you let's leave comments in the refund thing of why you wish to refund such title, just say I want to send it home.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, see, I was gonna make that joke, but there are limits that even I have. So.
All right, let's go ahead and move on.
I leave my trains, and I've got limits.
Let's go ahead and move on with the topics.
AKA, let's draw attention away from my bad jokes. No, I'm kidding.
You want to talk about the...
Yeah. Well, you can talk about I mean, this is a real quick topic. Just the 1 terabyte Xbox and PS4 bundles, or...
Well, we'll do the PS4 separate, because there's something else with that as well.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Yeah, Microsoft is gearing up to release a new 1 terabyte hard drive thing, which I think is kind of stupid. I mean, that's just... Okay. The Xbox One allows you to use external hard drives. I myself use one. I have a 3 terabyte external hard drive attached to my Xbox One. Why would I need to? Why does this exist?
I think it's just better. It's to give folks an out-of-the-box option.
Probably, I guess. They're bumping the price back up to $400.
Yeah, I was checking just IGN just now for more stories, and I saw there were a couple times this week they were selling them for like $300, man. Yeah,
I'm not saying that the price of the standard 500 megabyte without Kinect was going to go back up, but I mean the.
No, I got it.
As of June 15th, this 1 terabyte Xbox One console, and it's going to come with a new controller with the new adapter port at the bottom, and not the USB port, but the headphone port. It's going to come with that controller, and it's going to be $400.
Huh. I don't know. I'm actually kind of eyeballing an Xbox if I can get one as cheap as I've seen it going lately.
Yeah, like it's what I'm thinking. But that's my whole thing with this is whenever it supports external hard drives, what motivation is there to go out and spend $400 on a 1 terabyte Xbox One?
Right.
It's more for the people who haven't bought one yet.
I understand that, but
Yeah.
okay, I can go out right now, buy an Xbox One for $350, buy a 3 terabyte hard drive for maybe $100. So you're looking at maybe $450.
Mm-hmm.
And you're pulling 3 terabytes out, so you're getting another 2 terabytes of external hard drive, and you're on top of that, you're getting another 500 megs. So
If Microsoft would just, I'll be honest with you, if Microsoft would just quit being proprietary with their hard drive stuff, and you know what I'm saying, like their internal hard drive, and let you just change it out like Sony does, that would be.
well, see, I prefer the external, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, that's all good and say, but there's those OCD people who don't want things hanging off their systems.
Yeah,
Right.
I get it.
So.
But yeah, that's gonna be a thing.
Because I know most people when the PS4 came out, the first thing they did was put a put a what you call it? Damn, I'll get the word right in a minute. They put an SSD in there.
Yeah.
They put a solid state in there just to cut down.
This appears to be outed through a listing on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So whether or not this is legit, we'll have to wait till E3. But it's seeming like this is going to be one of them in stores now kind of thing.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Probably so.
Because it's always good to take a page out of fucking Sega's playbook.
Yeah, right? That company that's still around and making things.
Right. And the best news is you could buy it today. Okay.
So you're saying, what you're saying is in about 3 or 4 years, Microsoft's going to be making Pachinko.
Yeah, if we're lucky. Nah, I have nothing against Microsoft. I don't know. Have they? Hey, Rye, have they bumped up the resolution yet?
Oh god, let's not get into that. Okay, let's just wait for. Wait! Come on, fuck off. Okay, guys, come on.
Dude, I'm looking at this and I can get an Xbox One for $339. That's definitely in the realm of doability.
Yeah, like that's the thing. That's one thing I really like about what they're doing right now is they know that like, all right, we cannot compete with the power that Sony has behind their console, so we have to weaken the price point.
Right. Like I can get the Master Chief Collection bundle for $349. So
now, hopefully, this inspires them to next console generation. So they say, fuck it, let's push the power as far as our budget allows.
Well, they could have if they didn't decide they needed to put like 4 OSs on one system.
TV.
Yeah, I don't expect that that'll be a thing next generation. I really suspect that we'll see, like, we'll have the Netflix integration, Hulu, and all the basic shit that we
You mean
used
the
to
shit
now.
they were able to do in the with
Yeah.
the previous generation?
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we'll have all that shit that we expect from a console now, but at the same time, I feel like power is going to be their main concern next time.
Right.
It's still not gonna rival PC, or it's not gonna dismantle PC from that Master Race pedestal or anything. But I'm just saying that.
Honestly,
I
I
think
feel we're reaching the point where power is going to be less of a concern for consoles because with development costs driving up really high. I mean,
They're gonna have to hit a
gamers
bar.
want those amazing looking fucking games, and it's funny because we always bitch and complain about $60 games, not even realizing that when you account for inflation, we're actually paying less today
Than what we should be.
than we used to. But we don't take into account, we demand these beautiful looking games and then bitch that they're $60 and shit. So I think with game budgets, fucking skyrocketing, I think we're going to see more conservative systems going forward. Especially
to be honest, I'm wondering if we're not going to hit a wall and it be just like, all right, this is how much we're allowed to spend on games from now on. Like this will be the bar,
Right. I don't know, but I do know that, I don't feel like the model that we currently have is sustainable. I mean, just last generation, we saw a ton of fucking, good. I mean, look at Konami, what they're doing now. And we've seen, like, these legacy developers and even some really good, smaller studios fucking go up in smoke because fucking the model just isn't sustainable. When Tomb Raider can sell something like 4 million copies or something and still be considered a fucking
failure.
flop, yeah.
Well, part of that was Square. Like their expectations were just way out of the ballpark for that game.
But part of it had a lot to do with the budget. You know, the marketing budget, you know, development budget, all the money they put into that. You have to sell a shitload of copies these days to fucking break even, and it's just not sustainable. Because I mean, even if every single person who owned a console now was interested in a game series, like, I mean, how many millions of fucking Xbox Ones are on the market right now in people's homes?
True.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if every single one of those people were interested, you maybe get a game that can, you know, break even and turn a profit enough to fund the next game, but it's not sustainable. I mean, we continue to want better graphics, you know, and shit, you know, and I think it's going to come to the point where systems will need to kind of like fucking put the brakes on that shit and keep budgets at a and these are companies like, I mean, if you had a console manufacturer who wasn't making their own games and they didn't give a fuck and they were all sustained by third parties, yeah, sure. But when you've got like Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony who develop their own games, you know, they also have to take this shit into consideration, you know, when developing their systems. And I think we're going to see next generation, I mean, even the PlayStation 4, which is the most successful current-gen console, is still, you know, not doing, like, gigantor, huge fucking numbers.
See, I don't think we're ever going to see a return to the Wii and PS2 numbers. I just don't see it possible anymore.
Right. So in that, and even if we do, that's a late game proposition. I mean, that's over the lifetime of the console. That's not in the in the now. So like, you know, with development costs, I mean, that's why we're seeing a lot of smaller games. We're seeing a lot of remakes and shit and safe titles, because that's shit that they can put out, you know, on the cheap and fucking recoup costs and shit. So, you know, I really do feel like the model we have now just isn't sustainable for the long term. And so I think that we're eventually going to see these consoles focus less on, and I think that's kind of what Microsoft did with the Xbox One. You know, they wanted to make it this all-in-one device and kind of market the system to people outside of the traditional, you know, core gamer group, and it backfired on them pretty spectacularly. But I think that's why they were motivated, because, like, you know, the core market, we just with what we demand and what we want out of our games, it's just not sustainable anymore. So yeah, I think next year, you know, next generation, you're going to see systems that kind of take Nintendo's lead, and they're maybe marginally more powerful than now, but they're not going to be these like fucking like it's not going to be the leap between, like, say, PS2 to PS1 and then PS3 to PS2 and shit like that. We're just not going to see that shit anymore, because it's just not sustainable.
Well, when you get down to it, the real big difference between the last gen and the current gen has been like shading and things like that. It's really not been that big of a jump when you really get down to the nuts and bolts to it, you know. And of course, that's first gen stuff. Right.
It's always kind of,
you know, at the beginning, you know, kind of thing. It's like we're just trying to get games out on the system,
right,
kind of thing. And I honestly don't think anybody's pushing these pieces of hardware that far yet.
Not yet, no.
Probably Phantom Pain will probably be the first one to really,
with these
throw a baseball at it, you know. But.
Right. Well, when you see this multi-platform stuff, you definitely notice that the PC side is pushing, you know, way better graphics than the console side. So, you know, so they're still developing for this like ultra powerful hardware, and then kind of, you know, we're seeing the trickle down to the consoles and shit.
Which, in a way, I'm kind of glad that both consoles do go with an x86 architecture kind of thing, so it makes it easier. So the ports aren't ridiculous like they were with like the PS3 between PS3 and Xbox 360. You know, where it's like the reason the Xbox 360 looked better was because, well, the architecture was similar to the PC. You know, where when you tried to port it to PS3, it was like,
yeah.
But you notice games that were native to PS3, like, you know, the Uncharted series.
Or God of War 3.
Or God of War 3 looked amazing.
Right.
So, you know, it just, speaking of, if anybody ain't mentioned it, you know, the Uncharted trilogy will be coming out on PS4.
Yeah, that's on the topic list.
Yeah. That's really all you got to say. It's coming out. There is no multiplayer. Have fun.
Wait, what? No multiplayer?
No multiplayer for the...
Really?
Yeah.
But it does come with the multiplayer, Uncharted 4 multiplayer beta access. So.
Well, yeah, it's got that, but it won't come with the...
So they stripped the individual games multiplayer out, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's fine with me. If I was going to play this game, I really just want to run through the story and know what I'm getting myself into. So.
October 9th in North America. Huh. Cool. That gives me
Um,
plenty of time to get my PS4 back.
Now, before we move on to the PS4 topic, I want to, what was it? Last week I talked about 2K was teasing Advent, and it was just this little 3-second GIF that they posted up, and it was a picture of a city, and it said "Fear the Advent" or some shit or whatever like that. Well, that turns out to be XCOM 2,
Yeah.
and PC only.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch, man.
Mm-hmm. Master Race represent. Well, I'll be honest with you. They had to go where the XCOM fan base was,
Yeah,
and that's where the XCOM fan base is.
yeah, I get it. Like I'll still play it there, but it just sucks that that's what I have to do.
Yeah, but that you can you look at it from objectively is like they're going where they know that they have the best fan base. It will
Yeah.
probably get ported at a later date. More than
Yeah,
likely.
they've said that they haven't even begun to talk about where if they even report to console yet. Like it's not even a thought at the moment.
They're not thinking about right now. They're not thinking about making it with a controller in mind.
Yeah,
They
it's purely mouse and keyboard, which is fine. I mean that's what
Yeah.
XCOM needs. Yeah, like, I'm excited the fact that we're finally getting a 2 and like a proper sequel and not a expansion. Like with Enemy Within.
hmm
Yeah, so I'm happy to hop back into that. I just want to kind of add on to the topic from last week and announce that that's what it was and everything. So yeah. Now as far as the PS4 model, they're releasing 2 new models.
Yeah.
Well, these are again leaks. Sony hasn't confirmed they're denied. But apparently there's going to be one of these 2 new versions will still be a 500 meg or 500 gig. The other one, yeah, right, that'd be so outdated. The other one would be a 1 terabyte. Now the biggest changes with these would be the power supply.
hmm
Other than that, nothing really different.
hmm
So that this isn't going to be a full redesign. So there's that. Now the biggest thing I want from them is for them to allow external hard drives, so I can just buy another fucking 3 terabyte, plug it into my PS4, and be good to go.
Right.
But it seems like it was going to up hard drive space, and that's going to be the way of things. I know for them, they allow you to crack the system open and just replace it with a laptop hard drive. So
Yeah.
So some people that's like me, but for other people who haven't got one yet, that's like ooh, So
Yeah. It's just that I think it's offering convenience to folks who don't want to fuck around with it.
yeah,
Like on the Xbox side, maybe it makes a little less sense considering you can pop in an external, and most folks have at least one of those hanging around. But
yeah.
like on the PS4 side, you kind of have to buy a laptop hard drive and open your system. It's not a difficult process.
and there's tons of YouTube
Yes.
tutorials and tell you how to do what screws not to take out. So
I don't even think you have to take screws. Well, yeah, you do on the hard drive.
So I'm pretty sure you have to take screws out. I'm pretty sure they're asking you to leave a hard drive floating in your system. Yeah, just set it on top, ship it, it'll be fine.
It's got a bay. It's got a bay. You don't really need to necessarily screw it down, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's all easy to do. It's just most people won't want to be bothered.
Not necessarily be bothered, but you just dropped $400 on this thing. Do you really want to, take it apart?
Right. Well, I don't.
We got to get it back first, so yeah.
Well, some motherfucker's playing my PS4 right now.
Yeah, either way, somebody there, that's going to be a thing. Pretty much expect more details from both of these at E3. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what more in the way of details are we expecting?
Well, expect them to either be confirmed or denied. Like, if they don't talk about it at E3 for the Xbox One, especially considering that's supposed to be released the same day as their press conference, then pretty much consider that denied. The PS3, the PS4, they haven't said whether or not or when that's going to be released. So, I'd still say expect them to at least talk about it at E3, considering that the 1 terabyte hard drive in itself was something that people wanted from the launch of these consoles.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the big things that a lot of people wanted was a 1 terabyte hard drive.
Yeah.
So expect it to be talked about at least. I would say I'm definitely on both fronts, even if Sony's doesn't release June 15th. Next we got. Oh, this is exactly what I wanted to hear, Wayne. Talked about this a little bit before the show. Transformers film franchise is going to be modeling its scripts and their writing after Star Wars and Marvel Studios.
So essentially, continuity.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and creating some larger universe is the impression I get.
I heard rumors about like there being like offshoots from the main. You know, kind of like there will be might be an Optimus Prime only movie. There might be a.
That kind of
Bumblebee
makes
only movie.
sense for the
Yeah.
continuity, considering that Optimus just went off into space on his own.
Yeah.
Wow.
He went off to go do science in outer space.
Yeah.
He went off to go and meet the creators, which Wayne and I were talking about this a month ago. We feel like it's probably going to be Unicron.
It'll
claiming
probably
to
be the Quintessons, honestly.
Oh, well,
Quintessons in the original lore, the Quintessons are ones who created the Autobots.
yeah, but
If they go, well, Primus was the creator.
yeah, but at the same time, this is what I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're really going to Unicron trilogy this route, and they're going to have Unicron claiming to be the creator.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's one of the things where they're really playing heavily off the Unicron trilogy already with Galvatron.
Yeah, even though that's not exactly Galvatron's origin, but whatever.
Yeah, but he's as far as
Origins, how do they work? Who cares?
as far as Armada,
Mm-hmm.
the Armada trilogy, his origins stem from.
I will say that was probably one of the better lines in Age of Extinction, when Optimus was looking at Galvatron and he said, "You have no soul," and then Galvatron looks at him. He said, "That means that I have no fear." And it was like in the old school, Megatron voice. I was like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh."
But yeah, I don't know. I really hope because dude.
All I
Growing
gotta
up as
say
a-
is like when they do their, whoever does, because I'm hearing that like officially Michael Bay is off the.
He's still attached.
No, he's doing the next one.
Yeah, he's still attached. He might just be executive producer, but he's still attached.
Well, he might be still attached, but maybe he'll just die. Fine.
I love
It's-
Fire Michael Bay.
It's a lot like Ninja Turtles, right? It's weird right now, right? Because it's like
It's funny
everything
seeing
that they're
Ninja
talking
Turtles.
about with Ninja Turtles, everything that they're talking about right now, it's like, oh my god, you might actually do this one correctly.
Yeah. It's like seeing this one. It's like, hey guys, this is what y'all should have done 2 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because it's like you got Shredder and he looks like a fucking, like actually, like a Shredder you would have pictured him to look like. You got actual foot soldiers. You got fucking Bebop and Rocksteady. You got fucking Stephen Amell coming in to play Casey Jones. You got fucking, like, all this shit's lining up, like, all the stars.
I mean, it's like what they got Karai in there, and
yeah.
all this. It's like, wow, and Krang's gonna be in it.
Yes. Holy
Yeah,
shit,
like-
dude. Like, all this shit's lining up, and it's like, oh my god, are we going to get a Technodrome? Is that where we're going right now?
If we get a Technodrome, I'm gonna flip my shit.
Oh man.
But
dude, that's really where it's lining up right now, and it's fucking awesome. But it's really one of the moments where it was like, dude, well, where the fuck was this all at 2 years ago? Whenever fucking the first movie came out, and you guys were talking about, oh, it's Beckham aliens. Like,
yeah, it's like super, teenage alien, teenage alien Ninja Turtles because
Mhm.
it wouldn't be so.
well, even then, if they were aliens, who would say whether or not they were teenagers?
Look, all they got to do is just like they got lore right now. If they want to make like a kind of a combined lore, just use the current TV show and just roll with it.
Yeah, how bad is it that the current TV show is actually really good right now?
It is really good.
Yeah.
Daryl and I were talking about that last week. It was like
Like, it's not amazing or anything, but it's actually really good.
yeah, it's like it includes elements from like all the comics and
even from the older cartoons, like not like
even the older cartoon.
Yeah, like the old cartoon and then the one that came out in like the late '90s. What was it? Oh fuck. Well, they kind of had like they all had like the Batman eye going on.
Yeah. The early 2000s where they based it more on the comics, the original
Yeah.
comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all, like I said, they all had the Batman eye going on, and people who don't understand what I mean by that is all their eyes were whited out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They didn't have pupils.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that entire I fucking love that storyline. It was great. But yeah, like I don't know, like it's returning some hope, but I want to see what they're gonna do with it.
I mean, if you want to see a good little mashup movie, it's still you can find it on YouTube. It's really easy. It was called Turtles Forever.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Where they had a crossover with the 2000 Turtles and the 90s Turtles, or the 90s Turtles.
80s,
And
90s.
yeah, and then like at the end, when they had to like Shredder figures out how to just finally destroy the turtles for good, he had to go to what they called Turtle Prime, another a point in the multiverse, and it was like the fucking Eastman and Laird turtles. Yeah, the black and white Eastman and Laird turtles.
Yeah.
So now I am curious. I was told that Venus, which is I don't know, I'm assuming Optimus, you know who Venus is, right?
Yeah,
I thought you said Venus.
Like no, the memes are infecting Hollywood.
But I'm assuming. Okay, wait. You
Venus
said you
de
do
Milo.
know who you do know who Venus is, right?
Venus was what was she? I remember I remember from the old cartoon vaguely. Oh,
She
no,
was,
I know that. Oh, yeah, the girl turtle. No,
Yes.
yeah. I hope never again. No.
I was told that she appeared in the cartoon at some point.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm pretty sure she stuck strictly to comics.
No, she stuck strictly to the Saban Ninja Turtle live action show, which was
the next mutation, man.
which was absolutely terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Now, like, that was my next question: is do you think that we'll get a Venus appearance? No.
No.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
They have so many mutant and even female mutants they can pull from. They don't have to use that one.
Right.
Then, because we got like okay. So
I just
Ninja
want to
Turtles
honestly,
and
okay, now that we have
Transformers.
Bebop and Rocksteady in it, I hope the next, when they do another movie, I want Leatherhead.
Yeah.
I love
Leatherhead with the crocodile, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, who is the snapping turtle with spikes?
Slash.
All right, that's what I thought.
Unless are you talking about from the show, not the old movie?
Show old and movie to the different people.
The show it was Slash. In the movie it was Toka.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I kind of like, I don't know if Daryl, speaking
Was
of the new
Bebop
show,
even called Bebop in the old movie?
there was no Bebop
Yeah.
or Rocksteady in the old movie.
It's just Toka and Razar.
Yeah.
But Razar was pretty much Bebop.
No.
No, he was a wolf.
Yeah, it
Oh.
was a wolf and a snapping turtle.
I thought it was a fucking. I thought it did a warthog. Oh well.
No.
What were you gonna say, Wayne?
I was gonna say the new show. Because you were just talking about that. Don't you like how they did Razar?
Yeah, man.
I was like, that makes sense.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was first Chris Bradford turned into Dog Pound, and then further mutated into Razar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said that was a cool way to do it. You didn't have to make a new character.
Right.
You just kept evolving that character,
Yeah.
And you know what character from the Foot that I really like? Fucking Tiger Claw.
Yeah.
Tiger Claw's badass.
They just introduced Hun as well, and he's kind of a 2003 character.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
made him into kind of like a Bruce Lee looking guy. He's kind of.
So he's not like super huge or anything like that.
He's just this skinny looking Bruce Lee guy, and he even has the same mannerisms and shit. He's fighting Casey Jones, beating the fuck out of him, and he's like, "Aww,"
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of badass actually, but yeah, I do like how they do that, and even when they introduce old characters, they give it their own spin on it. Like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
they had Muckman and his little sidekick Joe Eyeball from the old cartoon, and it was like, except it was his actual eyeball.
Yeah.
Pop out and have conversations with him and shit. But yeah, man. So
like Mondo Gecko, voiced by the original Michelangelo.
Yeah, Robbie Wrist.
That was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a very good show. They've done a lot of those. Like they had the girl who played April O'Neil in the original series, playing April's mom in this one.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't notice the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys think that there's a possibility that we could get I don't know, like mutate the turtles again to shrink them into
Oh,
making them look normal?
Oh, you mean in the next movie?
Yeah.
I
Make 'em
really
not-
hope they kind of like retool their design a little bit, man.
You know, that's one thing we haven't seen is what the turtles are going to look like in this movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Do away with the noses, man. I mean, it
They
makes
looked
sense.
cool.
But
They looked cool, but they were too damn big.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
They
that's
don't-
fine. I think I could have gotten used to their designs if they weren't so huge.
Yeah, it's like you're supposed to be ninjas and you're 6 foot fucking tall.
But to be fair, they got taught by, fucking ninjutsu by a fucking, what? Didn't he find like a fucking book?
Yeah. It just starts fucking mastering this shit in the sewer. Like, what? No,
Yeah.
that's not how that works. Like,
Okay.
what the fuck?
Here's a good question. I just want to ask.
And
because-
I found an old book in the storm drain, and I taught the turtles shit, and somehow I was a master, and it was cool.
Okay, here's the question I want to ask, and this is, I have my opinion, but I'm going to ask y'all's. Do you prefer that Splinter is just a mutated rat that happened either learned Kung Fu from Hamato Yoshi or learned it from a book, or do you rather it be Hamato Yoshi was turned into a rat?
I like that for the shows. Like they went with that because in the comics, it was his origin was he was the pet of Hamato Yoshi and would mimic him from his cage, and
Yeah.
and shit like that, and that's how he learned it. So it works for, that origin worked for the original movie and shit. But I think, for the show they did the new one also kind of went with that origin where he was Hamato Yoshi and he got mutated into a rat.
Mhm.
So I guess it really kind of depends on the medium, like and just kind of how they do it. Because like in the first the reboot here, wasn't he just a rat? Yeah, he was just a rat, and that was kind of weird because they basically took out any meaningful connection that the Splinter and the Turtles had to the Shredder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
and
was-
the Shredder was just a guy in this. He wasn't.
Well, he was originally supposed to be William Fichtner. He was originally supposed to be Shredder, and then when the internet whined about it, they went back and filmed some scenes with some random Japanese guy that got off the streets and made him into the Shredder. And see if they had gone with their original plan of having Eric Sachs also be Shredder, it would have given the Turtles and Splinter some meaningful connection to him.
Yeah.
Because he was, they were lab experiments. He was working at the lab, and shit, and he's the one who sabotaged it and fucking caused April just to, for some stupid reason, dump them in the sewer. And let's not take him home.
That April had them, that they were, that she knew about them kind of before.
Yeah.
That was stupid. I'm just
Yeah, that entire plot point was like that was retarded.
Yeah.
That's like.
And see, the only meaningful connections between the characters in the movie was that, and it was dumb, Oh, they just happen to be my pet turtles.
My personal preference is
And they're
that.
all named after Renaissance painters. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Right.
fuck off. Just go away.
Yeah. My personal favorite is Hamato Yoshi being Splinter.
Yeah. Well, and
That's
see,
my personal, and I'll say this is my personal one. I think especially this is why I kind of hate that this movie is the sequel, but this movie should have been the origin.
right.
Because it could have put that in there because Karai is Hamato Yoshi's daughter
In the new show, yeah.
in the new show, which I think is a good plot point
Yeah, it is.
because that would be that is an even further betrayal and.
Well,
I stuck it to you as Oroku Saki did,
Right, and that was what's great in the show. Like he's straight up raising Splinter's daughter, and not only raising her, but like raising her to hate Hamato Yoshi,
Yeah, like
And-
he's the one that killed your mother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
and things like that. It's like
Yeah. So
and then when she finds out the truth, she goes ballistic.
right.
Yeah, the newer show, I gotta say, they hit a lot of points really well. Like just the reveal of Shredder,
Mm-hmm.
all of it. Like they kind of like, 'cause you really didn't like. It was one of the things where when the show first started, you seen the Foot Clan and everything. You're like, oh, they're gonna show Shredder at some point. But they waited so long, you actually got to the point where you were like, oh, okay, maybe Shredder's not here. No, they fucking waited and they fucking let you believe he wasn't there, and then bam.
Well, wasn't he not there for a little while, and then he came back because
Mhm.
He came back to New York because of the Turtles, like their
Yeah.
fighting style or whatever kind of drew him back.
Yeah, he had left,
Right,
and then he realized that fighting style was, Hamato Yoshi's fighting style,
right.
and he said, you know what, yeah, fuck that, coming back. And like one good thing about like this particular is how
Badass he is.
it's badass, and also how fucking obsessive compulsive he is.
Right.
Because you notice like the one time when the dude who ends up becoming Bebop
Mhm.
stole his helmet,
His helmet. Yeah.
he went crazy.
Well,
It was like, stop fucking everything, get the helmet back.
and part of that though was
You know,
because
and
it was
I
a
understand
helmet
it was like a
that had a
huge
lot of
heirloom
history. You
for
know.
the foot. That was a huge,
Yeah.
that's a big time heirloom for the foot.
Right.
To show of domination and stuff like that. But it was like, stop everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
He sent everybody out to get that fucking helmet back.
Yep. Yep. But
It was
I
amazing.
mean, just to this is definitely not the Shredder. I mean, the Shredder from the 2003 show was like that too, in the sense he was pretty fucking ruthless and tough. But this Shredder went to lengths to like fucking gas the sewers,
Yeah.
to kill the turtles at one point.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy doesn't fuck around, and in every one of their fights, I mean, they're getting better now, like to the point where they can hold their own, but I mean, he's this big fucking huge menace, and like in their first battle, he fucking owned them,
Mhm. Yep.
And I loved it because there were shots in that episode that were straight out of the old comics, like in
Mhm.
terms of like pose and everything. It was,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I love about this show. It pays homage to like all the versions of the Turtles,
Yeah.
every single one of them, and if it's funny. Actually, before I move on, even that last shot in the intro of them standing up on the roof and doing that pose, that's straight off of the first issue of the original comic. Like
Yep.
those poses it's a shot from the original cover,
Mhm.
and it's great. But they even paid a little tribute kind of to the new movie. When they had a news broadcast about the Punk Frogs or whatever, and they show artist renditions, and it looks like Michelangelo from the new Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, like fucking yeah, it's a good show, man. I love it. It's well worth watching, and especially like if you grew up with the original series, like Wayne and I did.
Mhm.
It hits all the right nostalgic notes, but it doesn't ever give the sense that it's doing it to pander.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
It's basically saying we know where we came from.
right. Not only that, but that you can tell that the folks who work on this show love it. Like they love the franchise. Like
If you don't go in, I've always said this: if you don't go in with a love of what you're creating,
right.
there's no point in doing it. It's like,
Right.
I mean, you can say what you want about people can say what they want about Joss Whedon and stuff, but if he didn't love like superhero Avenger stuff, those movies wouldn't have been good.
Right. Right.
So let's that's just because this, that, or the other, he has these like political leaning or stuff. Did he make a
Right.
good movie? Yes. Okay then.
Right. And I'm
Yeah.
actually waiting because what I've been hearing is that when it comes out on Blu-ray and whatnot, it's going to have a lot of that because the original cut was like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm
saying we
hearing
might
they're
get
going
nice
to do a
little
director's cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be nice.
Because there are certain scenes that kind of end abruptly, and there something else was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But all in all, Age of Ultron, it's a movie that I think gets better the more you watch it. Like
Yeah.
I've seen it a few times now, and it's definitely a better movie than I initially gave it credit as being.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. He does have a passion for this stuff. He wrote a really good run of X-Men back in the day, and
Mhm.
he loves what he does, and he might be an asshole. He might have weird political views, and he might be sniffing up the dresses of people who would fucking gladly crucify him and shit. But
And did.
yeah, they did.
Let's be honest, they did.
They did, yeah.
But yeah,
But he writes good superhero movies.
His content's good. Then see, that's the thing. That's why I've never been like. I'm not on board, when people say, well, we're going to, we should do boycotts of this and that because, I don't agree with them politically. I'm like,
Right.
I'm not really one to get behind something like that. I mean,
And
if Walmart is like, killing Vietnamese kids as they're like making T-shirts, yes, I'm going to not shop at Walmart anymore because that's
Right.
But if Walmart donated to Barack Obama's political action committee, which they probably did. I'm
Right.
not gonna go not shop at Walmart because of that. You know?
Right.
So-
Yeah, and my initial I was kind of pissed off at Whedon, and it wasn't because of his political views as much as it was he was insulting a group of people that honestly I think if it weren't for the folks I've met over the last 9 months, I would have been in a worse place than I already was.
Mm-hmm.
So, and these are good people, man. It's bright, intelligent, creative people,
Yeah.
And so when you see somebody who, he compared it. He said, yeah, it would be like the Klan having a daycare or something like that, it's like that was what pissed me off more than his fucking political leanings. Because honestly, at the end of the day, I don't need to know what these people's political beliefs are. I'd rather them keep it in their pants, so to speak. I don't give a fuck. But when they insult people, when they insult a group of people just to fucking get that little boost of fucking, they want to, and this has long been an issue of mine with fucking celebrities. They want to be perceived as people who, are activists and people who care and people, but then they latch on to shit that they don't bother looking into, and they fucking issue statements, irresponsible bullshit. And in the case of Whedon, he was perpetuating all these fucking false narratives and shit, and that's what I took issue with. So, mic drop.
Like mic drop, literally dropped it.
I did too, man. I'm hard like that, yo.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on.
We didn't even talk about Transformers.
We did for a bit. It was
But
parts
before
are-
we deviate too much for the point, Rye, can we just say that the reason we were bringing that up though is because the folks who make the new Ninja Turtle show love what they're doing. It comes through. It's a good show. I definitely, if you haven't watched it and you like the old stuff, even if you like the new movie, give it a chance. It's well worth watching. There are 3 seasons in now. Well, there's still. I mean, that thing goes on hiatus for like a month every time they air a new episode.
They shoot 3 episodes and then go on a 2-month hiatus and then come back.
Right. But I mean,
That would-
aside from having to wait forever to watch it, it's well worth checking out. I mean, even at its goofiest, it's fun. Like they had an episode with Michelangelo where he meets Pizza Face, and it's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. And it's still fun. So
But the real last, if I could say the last word on the Transformer thing.
let's go there.
Just real quick, I don't have a problem with the movies building continuity because while the first 4, these 4 movies did have some continuity, it was kind of hand waved.
Right. It was sketchy for sure.
Because why does Bumblebee not have a voice when he did at the end of the first movie? Why is
Right.
What happened between 3 and 4 that made Optimus Prime so jaded against humanity when he's a smart enough person, smart enough being to know when it's just one person or a segment of people who feel that way. And for all the people who might hate the Transformers for what happened in Chicago, I'm sure there are millions of people who said if it weren't for those Autobot guys, we'd all be dead.
Right. And you can't even blame it on differing directors, because sometimes a new director will come into a franchise and go off in his own direction. These were all Michael Bay.
Well, and and I say the writers do have some to say on that, but he could have vetoed a lot of the stuff that.
Right.
But the problem is that all he cares about is the explosion. So I'm not really.
Right.
And just an aside, besides the robots themselves, don't you think the effects were kind of meh?
Yeah.
Like the whole cyber, the Transformium where they just turn into blocks of shit and then become other shit. That was so cheesy and stupid.
Right.
It looked cool.
I
but
haven't
that was
actually
it.
seen the new one. I've got it. I need to watch it sometime.
Yeah, pop it in when you get a chance and just.
All right. Isn't it 3 fucking hours long though?
Yeah, it's about 2.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Like those one, you're gonna be why is it doing that? But but the long story short, a more cohesive, coherent universe. Yes.
Yeah, couldn't.
I would even take
at this point.
I'll put it this way. I would even take a movie that did not have any Transformers in it that was about Nest.
Right.
Just to have this is what Nest is doing now. that kind of
And
thing.
Nest is what the human.
Yeah, the humans that work.
It's
with
like
it,
the
yeah.
Transformer World version of Shield or something.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they were like running ops to take out the. And that's another thing. Can we get past the whole like let's try to keep this under wraps? Like, you're telling me that there was no news cameras in the first movie that didn't see
Yeah, right.
what happened?
That would have been everywhere. You're not keeping secrets, dude. They're giant fucking robots battling in the middle of New York. You know?
I mean, I know it was 2007, which was years and years ago. I do believe we did have cell phone cameras then.
Right. That shit would have been all over the internet. Oh my god, giant robot alien things are fighting in the middle of New York. Yeah. You weren't keeping that under wraps, yeah. But then the next movie, we can't tell the world these Transformers exist. They'd go crazy. Yeah, and then another big battle in a fucking crowded city.
No,
Yeah.
the desert.
And then the next movie, yeah, but guys, just don't tell anybody, okay? We got to keep it on the down low.
Let's pretend like it didn't happen.
Like what? Did they have fucking Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones come by with their fucking
With they're just carrying around the Statue of Liberty neuralizer, just like
yeah. Oh man. Fucking yeah. You don't keep something that large. That's like fucking like Godzilla showing up in downtown fucking Tokyo, and yeah.
Oh, did you hear that Godzilla is now an official citizen of Japan?
I didn't really.
Yeah, they just announced that recently. They said like he's going to be like a tourism ambassador for Japan.
Is that like New York giving Johnny Five citizenship?
Hey, hold on. While we're speaking about Japan,
Five is alive.
Dragon Ball Super finally has a set release date
Yeah, July 5th.
in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I'm sorry, but the last time we started talking about Dragon Ball, and of course that was in a private chat, but
Yeah, we went way
Next
off. Started
episode
talking
of
about
Dragon Ball
Bleach, Naruto, fucking.
started with Bleach, and all this stuff. It's like holy shit, how did we get here?
Will there be like 6 episodes of them staring at each other in this one?
I don't know, but
On the
this seems
next
like it's
episode
going to be
of Dragon
post.
Ball Super.
This definitely looking like it's going to be post Resurrection
Okay.
or Revival or whatever. So that's good.
Oh, the
So
revival.
we're gonna have the Revival of F. Yeah, it's gonna be Goku's got blue hair. I'm looking at it right now. Not sure why, but he's got blue hair. Can't wait to see that happen.
He's a social justice saying.
Oh God. Okay, somebody meme that like right now.
Oh man.
All right, but yeah, that's happening. It's got a set release date.
Yep.
We had harped on the discussion earlier about whether or not Akira Toriyama really needed to do this, and seeing
Why
as-
not?
Well, put it like this, right? The show is like it's been syndicated so many times over the years. Like originally, Dragon Ball itself came out in the late '80s, early '90s. Z didn't come out until what 2006? Not 2000, sorry, '96, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I see. I knew people back like when I graduated high school who were like, going to the conventions and shit and buying the tapes. But I don't know, like as far back as like '98 and shit. So I don't know.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like the show has had a really long run. Even if you say like, oh well, it's been off air for 15 years. Yeah, that's
Right.
fine, but it hasn't lost fan base or lost viewership.
Oh, no.
Well, that's your answer right there, though. That's why they need to do it, because it does have that fan base, and it's gonna, excite the Dragon Ball fans and shit. Like that's the perfect reason to do it.
As far as the TV show, I'm gonna try to look this up. Because everything goes back to Dragon Ball.
And there's a companion manga in the works, spearheaded by Akira Toriyama and Dragon Ball Heroes Victory.
The original
Mission.
run of 153 episodes for Dragon Ball was 1986 to 1989.
Right.
For Dragon Ball Z, it was 1989 to 1996.
Right.
And then the one that shall not be named was 96 to 97.
GT.
Yeah, the one that had
Giant
the had the terrible rap track at the beginning.
Yeah.
And July 5th looks like the debut date.
Yeah. So it's been almost 20 years since the last Dragon Ball show. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's about time. And well, that's kind of like, did we really need another Sailor Moon? And they did that, So
Yeah,
like.
yeah, that was more of a retelling of.
We really didn't
Well,
need
and
another
it was
My
more-
Little
it was
Pony,
more
and they
true
did
to
that.
more true to the book too. So that's
The
why they
mangas,
did
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And like I just said, we did not need another My Little Pony, and they did that. So
Yeah. And they've done a new Inspector Gadget. I think it's a Netflix original.
Oh, I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah, it's a CGI show. I watched an episode and then turned it off. I
But
mean,
yeah,
Maurice LaMarche, the guy who does the voice, he did the voice of the Brain and Peeking the Brain and a bunch of characters on Futurama. Like, he does a really good job, and he actually did Gadget back in the day when Don Adams died.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he's legacy and shit, but I don't know. I don't think the world was clamoring for more Inspector Gadget.
now, hey, something to say about this.
Go, Gadget, penis.
This isn't a rumored air date. This is something that they announced in the latest issue of Solomon Jump.
Right. Shonen.
Sorry. It's an official date, June 5th or July 5th. Sorry. If it was June 5th, it would have been aired yesterday.
Yeah.
But it'll be July 5th in Japan. So there'll be fucking subtitled versions out that night, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Let's see. And I'm sure this will be one of the shows that like Funimation or one of those
Yeah, one of them will pick it up and
streaming networks tries to pick up, and do a simulcast.
Yeah, they'll pick it up and bring it over here for sure.
Right. It's definitely coming. I don't know if it. Well, see, that's like a lot of this season's anime shows are being like Assassination Classrooms getting a simultaneous. Like Crunchyroll, I think is showing. I think it's Crunchyroll. They're showing new episodes of that as it airs in Japan and shit like that. And they've been doing that for years. Funimation's got a bunch of, or is it Funimation? Oh yeah, it's Funimation that's doing Assassination Classroom. So like there are these platforms out there that'll pick up the popular shows and run them like same day or next day after they air in Japan and shit. So like, and with a show as big as Dragon Ball, I'd expect it over here. And even if not, I'm sure some subgroup will do it and fucking so you Dragon Ball fans will get to see it soon, one way or the other, I'm sure.
We were talking about whether or not we think that the new series will have the same, animation quality that Battle of Gods had.
Right. I don't know, but I know that Goku's new tagline is, "Hey guys, I'm just saying."
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm officially no longer a fan. I'm done.
That was bad, and you should feel bad.
Yes.
No, I don't feel bad. I feel good, baby. I had to do it. No, but you know what? If you're gonna do that, you got to bring up the effects.
Mm-hmm.
Google effect. Yeah.
You gotta bring the effects.
If you're gonna do it right. Okay. Let's see. There's got to be booing on here, right? Let's
I
see.
believe
Sounds.
so.
No, there's clapping, and we don't want that.
Oh, Inception.
That's the Inception.
Oh
sound.
no, here it is. Here it is.
There we
Yeah. So next time I make a bad joke, you got to use that.
go.
Otherwise, I won't feel sufficiently bad about it. I will not have learned my lesson.
God.
All right, but so yeah, that'll be happening soon, which is awesome. Fucking, ever since Battle of Gods, dude, that movie itself was like, yep, I want to see more.
Yeah, I saw that, and I've
Like,
seen some
fighting
clips.
scenes, all of it were just fucking phenomenal.
And I've seen some clips from Resurrection of F too. That's
So have I. I haven't seen.
Is the F in question Frieza?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're bringing
There was,
him back, and they're supercharging him. And apparently, from what I understand, he goes God mode. I don't know if that's true or not, but he's gold.
Frieza was always one of the villains that like freaked me out on that show, because he just seemed like immensely fucking powerful, and just really intimidating, and his voice in the English dub scared me.
mm-hmm.
So like he was always one of those characters that made an impression on me, in a pretty big way. So I'm kind of interested in seeing what they do
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And there was a very interesting. It just tells you how what was his name? God, I can't think of his name. The one who was Lord Beerus's trainer, but also his attendant. I can't think of his name. From
Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah, no.
I would probably know, but he's not paying fucking attention.
Yeah, right. He just abandoned his own show. We're like, hey, Ryan, what do you think about that?
No, right. What was the name of the dude that was Lord Beerus's trainer?
Whis.
Whis. Yeah, there's a segment where Whis is training Goku and Vegeta, and they can't even touch him.
Shit.
It's hilarious. They're just like they're going balls out trying to hit him and stuff like that, and he's just like,
Oh, no, you didn't.
I know that because
I just like how powerful Beerus was. Talking about Battle of the Gods, how powerful he was, and then he goes a little crazy.
Like Whis is even more powerful than him.
Yeah. Then he ate some curry and just kind of went a little batshit, and he's just back slaps him and knocks him out. It was great.
It's awesome.
But yeah, we can move on if you guys want. We've kind of harped on them DBZ enough.
E3, Dark Souls 3 could be announced. Well, yeah, anything could be announced.
Anything could be announced. I mean,
yeah.
All right.
Hey, I'm making a prediction for E3. Things will be announced.
Right. Games will be announced. Trailers will be shown.
I'm making a prediction for something that happened this week. Uncharted Nathan Drake's collection.
Yeah.
We did talk about that briefly. I think we kind of, shot our.
We touched on it for a second, but I don't know. I kind of want to talk about how it got released because it's funny.
Right.
How to go for it?
Pretty much, it's the Sony online store or whatever, their mobile store or whatever. They released it on their page saying that this Uncharted Nathan Drake collection is coming out. About an hour or so later, Neil Druckmann tweets out with a picture of that saying, "Well, that was supposed to happen in a couple more hours, but surprise."
Right. Yeah, I guess the cat's out of the bag.
Or something about how I'll talk about this more in the AM or some shit like that. It dropped way too fucking early. Like it wasn't supposed to be released for another couple hours that they were supposed to announce it. But yeah.
Well, we were talking last week about how Sony's first-party slate's looking a little empty, and I think games like this are kind of their way of filling those gaps and shit.
Yeah, but it's still a safe bet.
What's that?
It's still a safe bet. Because they're banking on a lot of people who have just bought their PS4s this generation have not not having them last generation.
Yeah, well, they couldn't have bought them last generation.
Yeah, they're banking on them not having PS3 last generation.
Right.
This will be their first jump into the Uncharted, pool or whatever.
Well, and that's the thing. That's kind of what I always say when these collections and shit come out. Like, because people go, "Oh man, why did they do that? I already played that."
It's not for you.
Not for you, dude. It's for the folks who never did. And there are those people out there.
Yeah, like for instance, I've never fucking played it.
Oh, I played bits of the first. Well, yeah, all of them actually, but I've never actually gone through them. So this will be a chance for me to do that.
The only thing I've played from recent Naughty Dog, and when I say by recent Naughty Dog, is anything post Jak and Daxter.
I wouldn't mind a new Jak and Daxter.
Yeah, they won't do it. I'll harp on that maybe another time, but no, I just don't see them doing it. But I haven't played anything Uncharted. I've played Last of Us, and that's it.
Right.
Well, you're looking at two totally different games, honestly.
Yeah,
I know. But the fact that it's the same executive producers on the project that are now making Uncharted 4.
I will give you a good rundown of Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake is basically Indiana Jones with Han Solo's attitude.
Yeah, pretty much.
And he's really cool, too.
So play this game.
Yeah, play this game.
So play this game.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And they're good. They're good third-person shooters. They're fun. I mean, there's a reason why they're called Dude Raider. By some folks, it's very.
I mean, he was doing Tomb Raider better than Tomb Raider until the new Tomb Raider came out.
Right.
So.
I'm sorry. What games are we talking about? Tomb Raider.
I don't know. I got Lara Croft in my head now. You guys are just. I don't know. You guys are on your own now.
You misogynist.
Yeah, that's the memories, lady. No, but yeah. I actually buy this. I mean, if it comes out at a budget price, which I anticipate it will, ain't no reason why I wouldn't add it to my collection.
It would be a great way to actually experience everything before the game comes out. And what's the set release date, like February now or some shit?
something like that.
What for the next one?
Yeah,
For 4? I don't know. I
We'll
would
get-
imagine
we'll get a
anything at
firm
this
date
point is
in-
tentative.
We'll get a firm date in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
This last topic, Daryl already mentioned it earlier. So there's a rumor going around earlier throughout the week that Nintendo's next console was going to be using an Android operating system. I don't know who the fuck thought that was going to be a thing, but you are an idiot. You should
Right.
feel bad. Just go hurt
Well,
yourself.
IGN's got like 5 articles on it, and the last one is that saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, Nintendo denied it." So, yeah, this is why we don't run with rumors over at
See,
Super
guys, look, guys, this is why we can't have nice things.
Right. This is why we don't run with rumors. I mean, unless I think that like speculating
depends
on
on
a
your
rumor
sources.
is interesting.
It's one of the things where if it's a rumor, it really depends on your source. If it's a source that has been right,
Right.
every time, then yeah, trust the source. But if you're just like, oh well, this is a source that we just kind of pulled off of NeoGAF.
Well, I think there's merit in like maybe having a discussion about what could be and stuff. As long as you kind of frame it in a way where nothing's confirmed, nothing's substantial and shit.
Are we going to talk about what Rooster Teeth did?
I don't know, what did they do. Let's move on, because basically the only thing we know.
I'm pretty
based
sure
on
that
this-
they ran a full article that was based off of rumor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
They did a whole
Oh, this was the
I was gonna say,
Hideo
let's move on to that, 'cause
Silent
this is
Hill
bullshit.
Microsoft
I want to talk
one,
about
wasn't
that.
it?
Yeah. Essentially, what happened is the No, which is Rooster Teeth's kind of gaming news.
Yeah,
thing,
yeah. Is this the PT
said that
thing?
they had got
Yeah,
on
they ran a whole article about it.
they had got on good authority that Microsoft was going to buy the Silent Hill IP.
Oh, wasn't the number that they threw out there some outrageous like $1 billion thing?
Like $6 billion or something like that.
Which,
Yeah.
mind you, hold on, before you continue, they paid $8 billion for Mojang, an entire company.
Right.
Why would they
I
pay
think we
$6
discussed that
billion?
last week, didn't we?
And
Yeah.
they paid $60 million for Rare.
Yeah.
Right.
So put that
Why
in
would they
perspective.
pay $6 billion for one IP?
Yeah. So
And
no,
not
but
even
but
not
let's-
even buying it.
Let's go with the rumor. Let's
Right.
let's cut it down to the chase for a minute.
All right.
Okay, the rumor was that Microsoft was so willing to want a big exclusive on the Xbox One that they're going to pay $6 billion for
Which-
a game.
Yeah,
that
which
they-
is what I was gonna get at. Yeah.
and the whole thing, like the argument I was seeing on Twitter, because Twitter,
Yeah,
was,
right.
well, it could happen, and it's not like, I bet, it's like the game is probably like 80% complete. I was like, "Hey, you don't know what the game's complete. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right. And
And another thing is you'd have to bring back the people who were developing it. So you'd have to, I mean, I'm sure Del Toro would be more than happy to get, but is Kojima really willing to go back to it at this point?
right.
So so people were acting stupid. They were spurging out and acting like
Sure.
idiots. And then of course, Phil Spencer. Now this is where it's absolutely not going to happen. Usually when something like this happens, a company will say, "We don't comment on rumors."
Yeah,
Right.
or
Phil
they'll be
Spencer
really
came
coy.
straight out and
or they'll
said,
be really coy and they'll say, we're not speaking
yeah.
on this at this time. They'll say something
yeah.
along those lines.
Yeah, but Phil Spencer came straight out and says, "No, this is not happening. We don't
Yeah.
want to build up expectations that are not true."
Right.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely not happening. Sorry, people. You're not going to
Right,
get an
right.
exclusive Silent Hills on Xbox One. It's not happening.
No.
Silent Hills is dead, unfortunately.
Like, it's one of the things where whenever the rumor first came out, I thought to myself, that could happen. Like, this was before any of the money or anything was being thrown around. Before I was totally like, okay, that's not happening. Back whenever it was still like, okay, what was the initial rumor that this was happening, and then was like, all right, well, maybe that's why they pulled PT off the PlayStation Store. It would make sense.
Right.
And then once they started talking about how much money they spent, I was like, no.
Right. That's what snagged me too. When they started saying they were going to buy, they're not actually buying the franchise straight out. They're only buying an exclusive for $8 billion.
Yeah.
That is more money for exclusive franchise rights than they would ever stand to make back on
And
that
on top of
franchise.
that, see, that's just buying the IP. Then Microsoft would have to form a studio
Right.
Yeah.
to make the game.
And so but that's the
so-
thing.
Oh.
They're just
Give it to a studio.
what,
So
what company buys an exclusive for $8 billion?
Speaking of studios, did you guys hear about Black Tusk?
No.
Black Tusk is no more.
Oh.
I don't even know what
Black
Black Tusk is. So
Black Tusk Studios is the development studio that was given Gears of War after Microsoft bought it from Epic.
Oh.
Now, here's the thing with that. I'm not saying that they totally got rid of it and it's gone forever.
Mhm.
They rebranded themselves.
Ah.
Rob Ferguson, the studio head, came out and did a little video for it where he talked about how, we want to be like the rest of Microsoft's first-party studios, where, how 343, you're going to go there and you're going to make Halo.
Yeah.
Turn 10, you're going to go there and you're going to make a racing game.
Yeah.
In fact, Project Gotham 6 or something, or not Project Gotham, but whatever the fuck that game is, just got
Forza?
Forza. Yeah, I think they just there's some screenshots up on IGN.
Okay, anyway.
I know that's kind of yeah.
But, okay, what the hell was I saying? Oh, Black Tusk. They rebranded themselves as the Coalition.
Hmm.
Because if you're going to go and work there, you're going to make a Gears game. That's what
Mhm.
they're
God damn, it sounds like some fucking like wrestling faction.
Well, it's the Gears of War army.
Right. Well, no, I know it
No,
does.
I know that, but what I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
I get it. I get
We're the
it.
coalition, brother.
we're here,
Yeah.
brother. We're the coalition. We're gonna take down the authority in the WWE, dude.
Yeah.
I understand.
For you, McMahon.
I understand that, but I wasn't sure if you knew a lot about
Oh.
Gears lore or
Please.
not.
Of course, I know about that. Jesus.
Bitches don't know about my gears.
I can't remember what it was. It was the COG was the coalition of something.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Seriously, it was the coalition of something. I just don't remember what the fuck.
The coalition of governments or something.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Coalition of governments. Because it was like pre-emergence day. I think everybody was at war.
Oh yeah. Everybody was like, it was like, that's basically how they had an army ready to fight the.
Yeah, like there was just already full blown out world war going on whenever the emergence day happened, and they were all like, "All right, fuck that. We're all on one side. Let's get these fuckers."
And it was kind of cool. I remember I read the comics, the Gears of War comics, and one of the characters, they like each character pretty much, like got a at one point or another got kind of an origin story.
Yeah.
And one of them was Ty, right? And
Ty Kalimbo, the badass fucking Samoan guy who kills himself.
yeah, but it was funny when they showed Ty originally. He was like a skinny dude.
Not all beefcake like he is in 3.
Yeah, no, he was like all skinny and like he was just like kind of like a and he was like jungle warfare. He had a spear. He was wearing a loincloth and shit like that. And and I said, but then he I think I forgot. I want to say it was Delta that took him down because he was like giving them a lot of problems, right? Because he knew the area. It's kind of like it's any guerrilla warfare. If you know your
surroundings, you're going to be better.
Your surroundings, you're definitely going to be better than you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, getting back to that, so it tells you once he gets put into the cog essentially, he's all huge and muscular. Well, because I know they're all like steroided out and everything anyway. So
yeah, fucking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited because they did say that during this announcement that they were going to have more to show about Gears of War in the coming weeks. So we are going to get either a peek at the Marcus or the Gears of War 1 remake, keep someone in the same Marcus Phoenix collection, because part of me still thinks that that's going to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not going to flat out come out and say, yeah, Marcus Phoenix.
You haven't figured out the marketing for this generation yet. Just re-release shit that came out last time.
Well, dude, I'd so buy the Marcus Phoenix collection. I'd buy all 3 of the fucking Gears of War games, dude.
Hell. I saw the other day. I was at Walmart, and I didn't even know it was out. I knew they had made a re-release of Final Fantasy X and X-2 on PS3 and
yeah, they're for the PS4 now too. Yeah.
And now they got one on PS4. I was like, wait, did they do a re-release of a re-release?
Yes.
No, apparently it's supposed to be slightly prettier looking, so go for it.
If you want
those extra colors,
yeah, right.
you want to get the PS4 version.
Yeah.
What was it? Fucking Christ. One thing I will say about both about the 10.2 and 10 release is it includes the Dark Aeon fights, which they're tough as fucking nails. So have fun with those. But back to Gears. They're talking about how it's only going to be the first game, that they're not going to redo all three,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
which kind of sucks. I want them to do all three.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
But then, like, at the same time, it's like the games were all so vastly different from each other. It's not like Halo, where, for the most part, the games were all similar, with the exception of 4 adding a sprint button.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
You know, like you're not a fan of the roadie roll.
No, the Roadie Run was in all three of the games, but the main differences with from 1 to 2 is you added heavy weapons. From 2 to 3, you added something else. I can't remember. But the addition of heavy weapons changed the game in a bad way in my sense. Like, everyone loves 3. They say that that's the best one. Personally, I like 1. I like simplified combat, and that was just where I felt at home. 2-piece was my shit. Yes, I was that asshole that would hit you once and then shoot you with a shotgun. Nice to meet you, sir. Good night.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah, but I was that asshole who'd run up to people, smack them once in my elbow, and pull the trigger, and you're dead now.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm anxious to see 4, to see what they're going to do with it, because the story wrapped up in a very good way, as far as I'm concerned. I really didn't need another sequel. So I'm anxious to see what they're going to do with 4.
Well, we'll see. We'll find out in a couple weeks. Once again, everything is just boils down to we'll find out in a couple weeks.
Yeah, but I'm kind of worried if we're not going to get like just a jank-ass bare your teeth trailer, you know?
Yeah, very well could be. I mean, well, what can you do? You know?
Yeah, even if it's just that and shows the title screen, because like bare your teeth at least showed Marcus, you know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, at least show us a character. If we're not playing as Marcus, show us who we're playing as.
Yeah.
We're playing as Marco Polo.
And not Baird. Not Baird. Not Baird.
Fuck
not
you,
Baird.
dude. No, look, I'm sorry, but Baird is my character to play multiplayer. He got a bad rap because of Judgment. He didn't make the game. He was just the character in the game. You cannot blame him for the shit design. I'm sorry, but no.
It's going to be a game where you're spending 5 hours riding the coal train.
Look. I don't care what any of you say. Cole was the best character in that game. Fuck all.
Yeah.
Baird was my shit.
Hey, did John DiMaggio voice Marcus Phoenix?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then he's automatically my favorite character.
The day that it was funny as fuck when I found out that Cole was voiced by Lester
The guy
Spade.
who does Reback commercials, yeah.
Yeah, they did the
Wait, what?
Terry Tate. Huh?
Who's he voiced by? I can't.
He's voiced by Lester Spade, who did the Terry Tate commercials.
Oh, okay.
From the Reebok commercials.
Yeah.
What I found hilarious is Cole had a totally different design, right? And after he came in and did his voice work, like, the developers were looking around. It's like, let's just make Cole look like him. So Cole ends up looking like, Terry Tate. So
I love it.
I just like it, like whenever you did, like, you jump over a wall or something with Cole, it's like, woo!
Yeah, like, it's one of the things where anytime they say, like, all right, we got to be quiet here. Here's Cole. Woo! Like, oh, fucking Christ.
There was one time playing multiplayer where me and my friends, we all played as Cole. And it was on one of the dark levels, and we couldn't see shit.
Yes, we did that shit all the fucking time, dude. Play out, what the hell was it? That one with the krill when he stepped in the shadows?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the fucking shit, dude. He just hide in the dark and nobody was like, because he was the one, like, he didn't have lights on his armor. He was the only one who didn't have a fucking ton of lights all over himself.
Yeah, so you couldn't see him at all.
Yeah.
And what was messed up is, like, one of my friends had to make the racist joke.
Smile, motherfucker, I can't see you.
No, that's literally what he said. It was something just about as bad. It was like, we was like, holy shit, we can't see shit in here. And he said, quick, don't smile. I was like, I like how he had to say quick. Don't smile.
But yeah, like the one character I always felt bad for, because whenever I first started playing Gears, I played the multiplayer first. I didn't touch the story at first, because I played at a buddy's house. And you cycle through the characters and you see Carbine, you're like, oh, dude, he looks kind of badass. And you play in the story mode, you're like, wow, you didn't last long at all. And then like the second game comes about and like he dies again and you're like, God damn, this is just the joke for this game. They're just gonna kill you off every game. By the time the third one came out and they had that contest for Save or Kill Carmine, I'm like, you know what? At the very beginning of the game, he talks about how he has 2 brothers and only his mom is alive.
Yeah.
I feel bad for his mother. I'm gonna save him.
The thing is, I called it. I called it. I said the last Carmine was going to be this big, beefy badass,
Yeah.
and I was fucking right.
Yep. I love how like they played off of the what do they do? He gets shot in the head. Like literally, remember Gears of War 3. Like Gears of War 1, his first brother gets shot in the head and dies. Gears of War 3, he gets shot in the head at one point and the bullet tings off. Like because of that whole contest, every single time they would do that, they'd all like, every time like they had a chance, they'd be like, "And Carmine died." Nope, no, he didn't.
Oh, awkward silence.
I'm assuming Wayne dropped out there.
No, I had a. My mic got muted for some reason. Anyway.
But yeah, like how they kept playing with your fucking emotions every time they had a chance. They were like, fucking headshot, Carmine died. Nope, no, he didn't. Like, you fucking assholes, man.
But there was like, I remember Cliffy B made a statement saying about the vote when it was going on, and he said okay, it's pretty straightforward. He said, save Carmine, Carmine lives. Die Carmine, die Carmine dies. If we end up in a tie, I'll kill Baird.
What the fuck?
That's what he said. He said, I'll kill Baird if it ends up in a tie. There were actually people trying to actively make it a tie.
I'd have been pissed, man. But at the same time, though, Dom went out in that game. He went out like a badass, so.
Yeah. Well, Dom had nothing else to live for, so he decided,
Yeah, he went out to the Steve of Mad World.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a nice throwback, too, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh boy. It's kind of funny how that ties into, Dom goes to get Marcus to bring him back into the fight, and Marcus had to convince Dom in the third one to keep fighting.
Yeah.
Pretty much, so.
But probably my favorite fucking scene is right at the end, whenever, spoiler alert, if you haven't beat this game yet, Carmine lives.
If you haven't beaten it in the last 5 years,
Carmine lives. But yeah, whenever they, they're panning around to all the survivors and shit like that, and because, Carmine's in a chopper, and he's just mowing fuckers down with that turret. The chopper goes down, and you're like, well, there we go, we lost the vote. He died right there. Mm-hmm. Then fucking, right before credits roll, it shows him climbing up it and fucking hey, I made it. Is everything okay? Like, you motherfucker, man.
That was fucking great.
They did that shit every chance that they could throughout that fucking game. It was just like, yeah, fucking, we know you're going to be extra invested in this character this time, so we're going to fuck with you the entire time.
Yeah.
It was a good game, though.
Oh, yeah.
I liked Samuel L. Jackson's character and everything, dude. It was all good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about maybe he'll be the villain. Maybe get rid of the Locust and make him the villain, because it would kind of make sense, because he's even said to Marcus that I'll get you back for this.
Mm-hmm.
And then Marcus, John DiMaggio's great line of, you and your damn tower and all this emulsion can go to hell.
Good stuff.
Yeah, very. Either way, I think we're out of topics, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get something to eat.
Dinner time.
So,
We started 20 minutes late.
and we're ending 10 minutes early.
Last one to get here, the first one's to leave.
That's how I roll, yo. That's my philosophy.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and chill ourselves real fast. I'm Rotten Rye. This is my channel. Click the subscribe button if you haven't. I appreciate it. Click the thumbs up if you enjoy the show. Share it with your friends. Daryl.
Even if you didn't enjoy it, share it with your friends, because,
Yeah, I mean, how you suffered through the misery. Make them suffer.
Exactly. Yeah. And me, my information's in the thing.
You can.
Wayne, is Dead Gamers Talking still a thing?
Yeah, you know, we still get more viewers than you ever do.
Yeah, but you get them off of one person, you son of a. No, I'm not even doing this. I just every time we run.
Those sensual tones of fucking socks.
Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No, seriously, we got Dead Gamers Talking every week, Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
It's just a friendly rivalry, people.
Yeah, it's just friendly. We don't really hate each other that much.
Aren't they so adorable?
We do make fun of juggalos, but but we do that here, so it doesn't matter. No, Dead Gamers Talking.
Fucking ass, dude.
God damn it. Okay. Lost my train of thought. Okay. But anyway, Dead Gamers Talking every week, 9 p.m. Eastern. And also on aerithradio.uk at 10 a.m. Eastern. Sox and I do a little radio show for 2 hours. We basically just, shit post for, a couple of hours, talk about whatever the fuck we want.
It's called Hillbilly Wankin'.
No, it's actually called Super Awkward Neat Show because we're awkward and we're neats because we have no jobs.
Isn't it the entire show? Super Awkward Geek Show because we're geeks and we have no job?
No, or neat.
Super Awkward Neat Show because we're...
Yeah, neat. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And let's see, and then...
Awesome title.
And then in the coming weeks, next couple of weeks, we're going to be we're going to stream the E3 press conferences where we'll talk about them as they're going on live. So you can hear me like.
We'll also be doing that.
Yeah, we're doing the same.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I might end up doing both.
Yeah. Actually, it's just gonna be you and Sox or what?
Yeah, it's just me and Sox right now. So.
Well, hell, if we can combine that because I'm gonna be doing it too. So.
Time's up.
we'll talk about it at a later date. We'll see what's going on.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is going to be dependent on keeping Sox awake long enough to actually.
Right.
Well, hey, just know that the Bethesda kicks it all off Sunday, so it's not starting Monday.
So they're just starting tomorrow?
No.
Next
Sunday. Next
Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about I think we're really focused on the big press conferences.
For sure.
The
You see, I'm trying to do pre and post and everything for every show, so.
Yeah.
I even took that week off of work so I can,
Yeah.
stay dedicated to it. So it'll be cool.
I'm going to be working, so
I think Bob is also taking the week off to.
I'll try and hop on Skype at work if I can.
Yeah. It's like, hey guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh,
Feed me the news, Seymour. Feed me.
But yeah, that's a thing. We guys are more than welcome to stop by, and like I said, we'll try and figure out something to see if we can't just combine it.
Yeah.
It'll be good. But that's we got a week to plan that, so let's not spend a week talking about it.
Yeah. So is that it? Is that everything?
Yeah,
That's it. I'm done.
All right. Well,
We're
make sure
good.
you guys check out supernerdland.com for all your nerdy news and information. And check out the weekly grind next week. Later.